Good evening, everybody. It is Steve Lookner with Agenda Free TV. We are here to do another update on the drones mystery. All the drone sightings in New Jersey. What are people seeing? Are they really seeing drones? If they're seeing drones, what are they seeing? I can't tell you. It's very confusing to me. But the mystery has still not been solved. So we're going to give you an update tonight on what is going on. And going to take your comments and questions on the air. Our viewer Nature Base says this is too weird to be nothing. Snowy thinks it's all a prank. I can't tell you what's going on. But I appreciate you tuning in. And we will give you updates and take your comments on the air. You can write to me on Twitter. @Lookner is where you can reach me on X, on Twitter, on X. @Lookner on X. A reminder, I am still visiting the lovely, wonderful city of Mexico City. It is a great place. I'm going to be here for a little while longer. So I am doing this not in my usual studio, but in like a backup makeshift studio thing. So if there's any I apologize if there's any technical difficulties. The lighting's not the same. Things are different, but it's been working so far. Thank goodness. Knock on my desk. So apologies for any kind of technical difficulties we have. Hey, a quick thank you to our member, Julio Limos. Also our new members, Mystical Wolf and Cartoon Blue. And our member, Crime Trial Addict. Member for 15 months. Wow, well, thank you. Also, thanks to our moderators, Carms and Beth Mythical, and Sabrina and Robert's May Queen are all in our YouTube chat modding there, and Ruth Krafasi, thank you. Also, we have moderating Big Ball of Yarn. Is this working? David Green and Surly Dev? Yes, it is working. Thanks also Radio Guy Sean for subscribing on Twitch. Thanks. And also Psyops for the bits on Twitch. That's nice of you, Psyops. Thank you. Linda Belk and Larry moderate for us on X. Thanks also to our Facebook moderators. Kay Lowry Body is there right now. Thanks, Kay. Thanks, Leanne Ticknor, for subscribing over there on Facebook. All right, it's time to get into this. One of our viewers, right before the stream, one of our viewers messaged me. Where is it? Norman Zolkos believes that you can see the drones on the Asbury Boardwalk cam. Asbury Park Boardwalk. I don't know if there's drones there. I don't have the rights to show the camera. But if you want, you can go to apboardwalk.com and look for yourself. Again, I don't know what's on there. I have no idea. But I appreciate Norman writing in. Hey, thanks to Read the Freaking Comics, who says, I really want to believe. Believe what? That's the question. Thanks, Dodger Blue, who says, we are seeing them in Temecula and near Camp Pendleton. Not sure what to make of it, but is a strange sight to see. Thanks for the coverage. Dodger Blue thinks they're seeing similar things in Temecula and near Camp Pendleton. Thank you, Dodger Blue. Thank you, Haniel Vargas, for being a member. And thanks so much to Rody Relics, Metal Detecting. Wow, thanks for the gift memberships. That's so nice of you. Autumn, hold on, I owe a couple more thank yous here. Autumn Allen, thanks for becoming a member. Really nice of you. Cherry Cola, thanks for being a member. Liza, thanks for your support. Liza says there are 3 outside my window right now in Statenis. I don't even know where Statenis is. Is that even in New Jersey? Statenis? Oh, Staten Island. I think she meant to say Staten Island, but it's all one word, so it says Statenis. We're going to talk a little more about Staten Island, by the way. Maybe it would be easier if I just asked this. Maybe it's a lot easier if I just ask, who of you is not seeing these drones tonight? Is anybody out there not seeing these drones tonight, wherever they are in the world? Is that an easier question to ask? One of our viewers said me. I'm just joking. Zach Attack said me. Some of our viewers are not. Hey, thanks to Snowkeeper for being a new member, and History with Jen for your support, and Susan Logan for the gift membership. Thanks, Susan. And Jeremy for being a member. And Nulius Inverba for your support. Thank you. I really appreciate that. So nice of you guys. All right, let's get into this. A bunch of our viewers are saying they are not seeing them. CC says, no drones, NYC. Hey, thanks, PZ Papa Zulu, for the gift membership. So kind of you. Also, Carmen Ruiz, who thinks the drones are all a practice run for a show Trump and Elon have for Inauguration Day. Wow. Maybe we'll do a poll later. Which ones of you have seen the drones? We might do that in a little bit. But first, we need to get you the latest here. By the way, I just saw a quick update. This is not about this story, but I did see a quick news update about the, I wanted to just mention about the United Healthcare killer story. NBC New York is reporting that police in California gave the FBI a tip about Luigi Mangione days before he was captured at the McDonald's. All right, anyways. It's you can read, I just reposted it on X, you can read the article. I haven't even really read into it. I haven't gotten into it, but it's interesting. You can read the article if you want. I'll post a link to the article. Then you can read it if you want. What kind of tip? I don't even want to get into it. I just saw it. I'm going to post a link to the article. You can read it if you'd like. All right. The first thing I want to do is I want to, in case you haven't seen it, even if you have seen it, I want to read you what Department of Homeland Security and FBI said yesterday. So as far as I'm aware, this is the official line from the federal government. I don't think this has changed today. So I want to start with this. Wow, thanks to Joe. Joe says, if it's aliens, would that make it better or worse than if it's Iran? Thanks, Joe. Thanks, Paula Fauster, our member. And Alaska for your support. Alaska thinks it's just... Alaska says, none here, just Russian jets bothering us in Alaska, I guess. Okay, so this is what the FBI and Department of Homeland Security had to say yesterday. They said, we have no evidence at this time that the reported drone sightings pose a national security or public safety threat or have a foreign nexus. Now, I don't know if that means we just have no evidence about anything at all. Because if they knew nothing about the drones whatsoever, it would still be true to say we have no evidence of any that they pose a national security risk, or they have a foreign connection, right? If you know nothing about them, it's also true you know none of these specifics about it. But so I don't know what to make of that. They said the FBI, the DHS, and our federal partners in close coordination with the New Jersey State Police, continue to deploy personnel and technology to investigate this situation and confirm whether the reported drone flights are actually drones or are instead manned aircraft or otherwise inaccurate sightings. So their official line as of yesterday was, we're not even confirming that any drones have been sighted. Right? That's the official line. They are working to confirm whether the reported drone flights are actually drones. Then they say, historically, we have experienced cases of mistaken identity, where reported drones are in fact manned aircraft or facilities. We are supporting local law enforcement in New Jersey with numerous detection methods, but have not corroborated any of the reported visual sightings with electronic detection. To the contrary, upon review of available imagery, it appears that many of the reported sightings are actually manned aircraft operating lawfully. There are no reported or confirmed drone sightings in any restricted airspace. Then the last paragraph here is, of the three, we take seriously the threat that can be posed by unmanned aircraft systems, which is why law enforcement and other agencies continue to support New Jersey and investigate the reports. To be clear, they have uncovered no such malicious activity or intent at this stage. While there is no known malicious activity occurring in New Jersey, the reported sightings there do, however, highlight the insufficiency of current authorities. All right, so again, this statement doesn't confirm that there have been any drone sightings. It suggests that many of the sightings are just sightings actually of manned aircraft or facilities. But obviously there's a lot not said in here. I don't know how much they know about these things. Does the fact that they haven't corroborated any of the reported sightings with electronic detection, does that definitely mean there's no drones? Or does it mean, could there be drones that their detection, the authorities' detection methods do not work for? I don't know. But that's their statement yesterday. By the way, thanks so much to Brandy for your support. Thanks, Brandy. Much appreciated for being a member. Thanks, Captain Jerry Donnelly, who thinks it is Y2K hysteria all over again. Thanks to Bear Mom, who says Asbury Park webcam has drones now. Yes, so I did mention this earlier. Again, thank you, Asbury Park Bear Mom. Our viewer, Norman Zolkos, said to me that on the Asbury Park boardwalk cam, it has drones live. I don't know if it's showing drones live. I don't know what it's showing. I can't look at it and say. I also don't have the rights to show it. But if you want, you can go to apboardwalk.com, which is supposedly a live cam from New Jersey. Again, I don't know what it's showing. I mean, could it be planes? Norman says it's not planes, but I don't know. It's apboardwalk.com, surfcam. apboardwalk.com/weather-surf-reports/. Jim Orr thinks the cam shows planes with flashing lights. Hey, thanks to Brandy for the gift memberships. That's really nice of you. Hey, if somebody gives gift memberships or gift subscriptions, please thank them. Also, I owe a thank you to Robin. Thanks for your support from Robin's Dogs. Thank you, and Snowkeeper. That's so nice of you. Snowkeeper says, while looking up, enjoy the Germanid meteor shower. Thanks, Susan Logan, as well. Susan says the drones are happening in a very small area. Thank you also to Jacob. Sorry, Jacob, I need to say one more thank you. Jacob, is it Hamakin? Hold on a second here. Jacob Hannikin. Thank you, Jacob. Who says, as a recreational drone flyer, I can tell you many of the sightings are of planes. Some, however, are drones, and large ones at that. Drones that large are usually for farming and military use, so it is concerning to me. That's what Jacob thinks. Thanks to Ed, by the way. Is it Trebu? Ed Trebu. Thanks for becoming a member, Ed. That's nice of you. Going to read some more comments here. Our viewer Faux ARC says, not too difficult to program a series of swarms to look odd and act strange and mimic anything that triggers hysteria. Beaver Egg says it's probably a few spoiled kids flying their drones around. P51F says it's an artist making art just like every end of the year mystery artist. Just like every end of the year, mystery artist does something that makes a buzz. One of our viewers says, I think it flew by there. I think everyone is hysterical and is mistaking planes for drones. Our viewer, Bon Tempo Bear, says, I live on Long Island and they are here now too. I'm going to show you guys something that came out today that Andy Kim, who is the Senate-elect, he's senator-to-be from New Jersey, posted. I want to show you a thread that Andy Kim posted. Chemo says, I wish you would take a look at the AP beach cam. Please, if somebody mentions this in the chat, let them know. I have already mentioned this twice on the stream. I have now mentioned it twice. So please, if somebody mentions the Asbury Park beach cam, please tell them he has mentioned it. He doesn't know what he's seeing, and he doesn't have the rights to show it, but you are welcome to go watch it. I appreciate people mentioning it, but I keep saying that, I'm aware of it. So I'll let you guys tell each other in the chat about it. Okay, now, what I'm going to show you guys is, I thought this was interesting. So this is Andy Kim, who is, he won the Senate race in New Jersey. So he's going to be the senator, one of the senators from New Jersey in January, starting in January. You can see it says Andy Kim Senate. That's his post about winning the race. Okay, so Senator-elect Andy Kim posted a thread. Maybe I should make his thread bigger. That might be better. I'm going to do it like this. I'm going to make the thread a little bigger. I don't know how much bigger it'll be, actually. Can make it like that. All right. Let's do it like that. I'll read it to you, and then I'll play the video. So Andy Kim, senator elected from New Jersey, says, last night, he posted this morning. Last night I went out with local police to spot drones flying over New Jersey. Here is what I saw. We drove to Round Valley Reservoir, and the officer pointed to lights moving low over the tree line. Sometimes they were solid light, others flashed of red and green. So I'm going to play you. This is the video that Andy Kim, Senator-elect Andy Kim, posted this.
I've never seen that before.
Wow, they just passed each other.
Yeah, I've never seen that before.
We getting taken over.
That's a little crazy.
Yeah, I've never seen that.
That's really convincing.
Yeah, they are.
What?
They're coming this way towards Round Valley.
Oh, they are getting closer.
Mm-hmm.
How about anything about the one that supposedly went down over here by...
I think I need to put on my headphones. I can't hear what they're saying. Hang on. I'm gonna show you the rest of his thread. Let me just get my headphones in, because otherwise I won't be able to hear it. Sorry. Can you guys hear it? Is the audio low on it? Could you guys even hear what they were saying on the video, on Andy Kim's video? I'm putting my headphones on. It was low. Oh, okay, yeah. Because normally I can hear things. Normally I can, even without my headphones on, I couldn't even hear it. I can try bumping up the audio just for these videos. Hold on, let me try something here. Oh, you know what I have to do? Hang on. I'm going to disappear for 2 seconds. I'm still with you. Hold on. Hang on. Doing something real quick here. With my makeshift setup, I need to do one quick thing, which will solve an issue that I'm having. All right, I think that should be good. Okay, I'm back. Now, I got to do one other thing. I want output headphones. All right, I'm going to... If I play this, can I hear his video? Can I hear what they're saying? Let's see.
Oh, wow. I feel like they're gonna crash.
Yeah.
What are they passing each other?
I've never seen that before.
Wow, they just passed each other.
Yeah, I've never seen that before.
We getting taken over.
That's a little crazy.
Yeah, I've never seen that.
That's really convincing.
Yeah, they are.
What?
They're coming this way towards Round Valley.
Oh, they are getting closer.
Mm-hmm.
How about anything about the one that supposedly went down over here by that?
Oh, wow. I feel like they're gonna...
All right, so that, again, this video is posted by Andy Kim, who's the senator-elect from New Jersey. He posted this morning. Now, let me keep going with Andy's thread. All right, the next post on Andy Kim's thread is, he says, so again, the first post he says, last night I went out with local police to spot drones flying over New Jersey. Here's what I saw. We drove to Round Valley Reservoir and the officer pointed to the lights, moving low over the tree line. Sometimes they were solid white light, others flashed of red and green. Okay, next up. We oriented ourselves with a flight tracker app to help us distinguish from airplanes. We often saw about 5 to 7 lights at a time that were low and not associated with aircraft we could see on the tracker app. So he says these were not lights that corresponded to planes on Flight Tracker. Some hovered while others moved across the horizon. Here's another video by Andy Kim.
That's just in the middle of Brown Valley.
Yeah, that one right straight ahead.
What are they doing? We have family down, well, my son's going to college down the shore, and they're right there.
Weird, because that's just in the middle of Brown.
Okay, so that's the second post. The next post from Andy Kim says, we saw a few that looked like they were moving in small clusters of 2 to 4. We clearly saw several that would move horizontally and then immediately switch back in the opposite direction in maneuvers that a plane can't do.
Low looks pretty close, right?
So this one's gonna fly over us right now.
You think so? Okay.
It's hard to get a good shot of what it.
Guys, come over here, but there's like a couple that are gonna just fly right over us. There's a couple that are gonna fly right over us. The one low looks pretty.
Now remember, this is Andy Kim, the elected senator, who's going to be a senator in the Senate starting in January. He's there with a police officer last night. He says they have a flight tracking app. These do not correspond to airplanes on the flight tracking app, he says. Okay, next post by Andy Kim. The police officer said they see them out every night. They only seem to start when it gets dark, and they disappear before dawn. They get reports that they sometimes fly low over homes, especially up in the hills. Okay, next post from Andy Kim. The officer said they've tried to get closer with the use of a helicopter, but that the drones would turn off the lights and go dark if approached. The parking lot at the reservoir had a number of cars of people coming to take a look for themselves. Several shared with me their own stories of having seen some up close. One described them as being the size of the hood of a car. Andy Kim says, I went to multiple locations across Hunterdon County to get different vantage points. This is a more rural part of New Jersey. It's uncertain why it's one of the more active areas for reported activity. We are seeing reports through other parts of the state. Andy Kim then says, any images or video footage people get, the police urge them to submit to the FBI. But I haven't gotten any follow-up from the FBI yet on their investigation and what they've compiled. He says, Homeland Security briefed last week on new technology they were deploying, but we need details on what those efforts have yielded and if more resources are needed. If they haven't fully identified the devices yet, we still should know what is being done. Senator-elect Andy Kim says, this has gone on for weeks. It's hard to understand how, with the technology we have, we aren't able to track these devices to determine origin, and this makes me much more concerned about our capabilities more broadly when it comes to drone detection and countermeasures. Andy Kim says, I will continue to track these developments and share as much as possible to the people of New Jersey that deserve more answers than they are getting. That again is a thread from Andy Kim, the senator-elect from New Jersey. In case you were wondering, I believe Andy Kim is a Democrat too. I mean, there's both Republicans and Democrats in New Jersey saying they want more information. Yes, he's a member of the Democratic Party, Andy Kim. How about that, guys? How about that? What do you think? What do you guys think? There's another video I'm going to play you in a little bit. I'm going to leave my headphones in because there's a couple other videos I want to play you. Anonymous Joe says they are not drones. I got to go back and find the comment. Anonymous Joe says drones don't have electronic warfare capabilities, can't shut down civilian drones. These do. Drones don't fly Mach 10? Are these flying Mach 10? Fixer says, I have had one 100 feet from my roof in Warren County. Saying that these are airplanes is irresponsible. Some people in our chat say there are airplanes. Did one crash? I have not heard any confirmation of a drone crashing. And just to be clear, you could have a drone crash, but that doesn't mean it's one of the things causing the lights. I don't know. Is it only happening at night? That's the reports I've heard, Reed Shipley. Big Ames is not even worried about this. Kurt says, don't know what to think of all of this. Hey, a quick thank you to I Hate Mondays. Thanks for your support. Who says AI went rogue and built the drones themselves. That's from I Hate Mondays. Thanks also Marshmallow for being a member. Says, I have seen tons in Monmouth County. Thank you, Captain Jerry Donnelly, for your support. Who says, why would nefarious drones have their lights on? Thank you, NJ Prepper. Who says, 2 F-16 sonic boom 75 minutes ago in northeast New Jersey by NYC. I know nothing about it. I can't confirm that. That is what NJ Prepper says. Thank you, Crazy Yoda, for your support. Who says, sent you a video with info that New Jersey police officers have seen multiple drones. Not all the objects match up with fighter radar data as planes. Sketchy government info leads to all sorts of paranoia, however. Thank you, Crazy Yoda. I'll have to check it out. I'm guessing I won't have the rights to play it, but I'll have to check it out. Thank you. Thank you also, Susan Logan. She says, I will believe the agencies, the media, mainstream media, and the politicians more. Thank you, David Ray, for your support. Who says, government drones searching for dirty bomb, trying to pick up radiation. Thank you, KD Singh Armija. Unless it's Armija. I'm going to say Armija. Who says, not aliens or planes, just a bunch of kids in a dinky basement having the time of their life before they get caught. We have a lot of different views in our chat about this. Okay, I'm going to ask a simple question in the chat. Will this turn out to be no big deal or something significant? Poll time, guys. It's poll time. Yes, we're doing a poll. Where's my poll thing? There it is. Okay, I just posted the poll on YouTube. What I'm going to take, I'll leave these on for a second. I'm going to play a couple video things, so I got to leave these headphones on. I'm going to put the poll up on Twitch too. I'm going to see what you guys think about this. Okay, so this says, There's that FBI DHS statement I read before, which says we have no evidence that at this time that the reported drone sightings pose a national security or public safety threat or have a foreign nexus. They say they haven't even confirmed whether the reported drone flights are actually drones. Weird poll. Oh, you want me to change the people say it's a confusing question because it says yes or no. All right, I'll rewrite the poll on YouTube. Everybody on YouTube was confused by the poll. You know, if I wanted this channel to get way bigger, I would just make mistakes all the time. Because I think like the majority of our viewers, there's nothing they like more than criticizing me. I really should just make mistakes intentionally. Then watch the viewer numbers go up. Okay, I'm posting this on the I'm posting this on YouTube now. Twitch, I'll post it again on Twitch. I have to wait to post it again on Twitch because Twitch doesn't let me kill the poll. I got to let it play out and then I'll post it again. Okay, let's see what our YouTube viewers are saying about this. Twitch, I got to replace your poll. Over on YouTube, we have 62% think it will turn out to be something significant. 39% say no big deal. Gen Xer says this is once in a lifetime significant. Dr. McRib says, I would love it for it to be aliens, but it's highly unlikely. Yeah, I gotta just read when the Twitch poll ends, I'll post it again over there. All right, we're at 62% on YouTube say something significant. Hey, a quick thanks, by the way, to Laser Worm. Did Larry Hogan post a video? Laser Worm says Larry Hogan posted a video of them flying in Maryland. Well, if Larry Hogan did post a video, I'll check. We don't know that what he saw was the same type of things flying in New Jersey. Wow, he did post about this. I didn't even see this before. Hey guys, let's look at Larry Hogan, the governor of Maryland. This is a little way from New Jersey. Thanks for the tip to Laser Worm. I'm going to show you what Larry Hogan posted. All right, thanks for voting over there on YouTube. On YouTube, the poll is, just to be clear, on YouTube, 62% of you said, what is going on here? Hold on a second. Why is this? What am I seeing here? Oh, I see. So over on YouTube, 63% say it's something. It'll turn out to be something significant. 38% say no big deal. Thanks for voting over there on YouTube. We're ending the YouTube poll. We'll give Twitch a chance to vote in a second. Oh, real quick, thanks to Sheila Radar. Check out WebBot's prediction in 1990 said 39 days after Trump. What? Trump Rogan podcast, this would happen? No podcast then, Rogan not known? Really? Somebody in 1990s wrote 39 days after Trump Rogan podcast this would happen? Excuse me if I'm skeptical of this claim. I'd like to see some verification of this. Thank you so much, Sheila Radler. Thank you. Also, Beck Sands, who says officials saying they saw as many as 55 drones on YouTube channel that hosts 101.5 news past the weather part just posted in last few minutes. Thank you, Beck Sands. Thank you, John Poyle, for being a member. Wow. Jack Russell says maybe pay attention to something that actually affects people. Healthcare maybe? Hashtag free Luigi. So Jack Russell thinks no attention should be paid for this, and it's not affecting anybody. Paid to this. That's what Jack Russell says. Thank you also, Andrew B, for your support, who says, I have done night drone surveys, and these look like typical quadcopters with red and green lights. They should have remote ID if not something is up. Thank you also, Susan Logan. Says, please don't edit my comments. I said more than my own eyes? Sorry, Susan. Jeez. Susan's upset. I mean, I can't read every single comment by everybody, so I try to get a bunch in. Sometimes I might cut them down. I certainly do my best to not misrepresent what people say. Thank you also, Beck Sands and Hebrew Kevin, who says, a sad day for the U.S. military. Other way, don't forget Pearl Harbor. Okay, so let me show you what Governor Larry Hogan posted. I hadn't even seen this today. Governor Larry Hogan of Maryland said last night, beginning at around 9:45 p.m., I personally witnessed and videoed what appeared to be dozens of large drones in the sky above my residence at Davidsonville, Maryland, 25 miles from D.C. I observed the activity for approximately 45 minutes. Like many who have observed these drones, I do not know if this increasing activity over our skies is a threat to public safety or national security, but the public is growing increasingly concerned and frustrated with the complete lack of transparency and the dismissive attitude of the federal government. The government has the ability to track these from their point of origin, but has mounted a negligent response. People are rightfully clamoring for answers, but aren't getting any. We are being told that neither the White House, the military, the FBI, or Homeland Security have any idea what they are, where they came from, or who has launched or is controlling them, and they pose no threat. That response is entirely unacceptable. I join with the growing bipartisan chorus of leaders demanding that the federal government immediately address this issue. The American people deserve answers and action now. So this is Larry Hogan's video. Hold on, I'm going to make this bigger for you. This is from Larry Hogan, the governor of Maryland. He said he videoed drones near or over his house. I forget his exact language. In the sky above my residence, he said. All right, let's see what Larry Hogan posted. Making this a little bigger for you. I see lights. I see lights above Larry Hogan's house. Mark says, how embarrassing, these are not drones. Oh, is he not the governor anymore? Is he not the governor anymore? I'm confused. It says Governor Larry Hogan. Did he step down to run for Senate or not? Because it says Governor Larry Hogan. Isn't he still governor? No? Easy way to figure this out. I guess he's not. Former governor? The governor of Maryland is... Oh, Wes Moore. I'm sorry. I'm an idiot. Yes, of course it is Wes Moore. I have covered events where Wes Moore was speaking. My brain just stopped working. This is what happens sometimes. Of course, Wes Moore is the governor. We have covered multiple events showing Wes Moore on this channel. I apologize to Wes Moore. Man, my brain wasn't working well tonight. Anyways, former governor, and he just ran for the Senate, actually, Larry Hogan. So again, I do apologize. That's my fault. Okay, let's play former Governor Larry Hogan's video of these, what he says are drones above his house. Actually, strictly speaking, I'm going to let you watch all of this. Because strictly speaking, he's not governor anymore. So I'm gonna post a link to this, and then you can go watch the entire 2-minute video if you want. Thought he was, when I was forgetting about Westmore, I thought he was posting in his capacity as governor. All right, I'm gonna post a link. I am posting a link to Larry Hogan's post, and you can go and you can watch the whole video over and over and over again. I thought it was a little strange that like a governor was posting what he said, but now I see he's former governor. I remember that. Okay. Fluid says it was a drunken post. I have no evidence myself that Larry Hogan had been drinking. Oh. So, by the way, Jonathan Dietz just posted on NBC. He's with NBC News New York, and he says that I'll post a link in the chat. But Jonathan Dietz posted what he says is a missing person report about Luigi Mangione with his picture that was shared with New York authorities days before the McDonald's arrest at McDonald's. I just posted a link in the chat. But the NBC New York article has a picture of that missing persons report. I haven't read the whole story. I just think it's interesting. I gotta. We're not covering that right now, so I'm not gonna get all into it. But you guys can check it out if you want. Okay, back to this story. Oh, I owe Twitch a poll question. Twitch, I'm going to ask you the same question that I asked YouTube, which is, will this turn out to be something significant or no big deal? I'm going to shorten it, Twitch, because Twitch doesn't let me write long poll questions. Will this be something big? Will this be something significant or no big deal? That's what I'm saying. Something significant, no big deal. All right, we'll see what Twitch has to say. No, I'm not asking. I asked it again because it was worded wrongly when I first asked. So I said I was going to post it again. Thank you, by the way, to A Cup of Tea, please, for subscribing on Twitch. All right, I have some other things I wanted to show you. Any word on the crash? Again, I have not heard of any drone crashing. And if a drone did crash, all that would mean is a drone crashed. It wouldn't mean that a drone that was causing some of these sightings had crashed. So I know nothing about a drone crash. And even if a drone crashed, I know nothing that drone is one of the ones causing these sightings. So I can't really give you any information on that. Joe Arrow thinks this Jersey drone stuff is total nonsense. By the way, I will show you something from Tyler Rogaway, who is a military expert, an expert on militaries. He runs the very good military news site, The War Zone. So Tyler Rogaway posted this today. He apparently doesn't think this is that big of a deal. He said, you want to see a glaring example of how some of mainstream media has totally lost its credibility. Look at the drone story. They aren't even trying to get it right because the answers are not very exciting and you can't keep slapping the red button that is drawing audience. Also, understanding any of it takes work. Same reporter that covered a dog show or a car crash yesterday is covering this today. It's bad. Really bad, and the UFO angle means they don't even have to take it seriously at all, which is an unfortunate thing we've seen forever. And he says, and yes, the federal government has been absolutely atrocious at messaging on this. But that is not new at all. They denied their domain awareness gap for years until it was literally a top news story. They blew that drone threat until it was literally a deadly thing happening on a battlefield. There is a long track record of this. We have been reporting on it for over a decade in extreme detail. That's Tyler Rogaway's thoughts. Okay. Jack, thanks for your support. Jack thinks it's significant. At best, our government isn't truthful. Thank you, young RJ, for your support. Thank you, AJ Krause, for being a member. Ewoks and PCAPs says, check UFO subreddit. Top post has clear video, and they think it looks like a Lockheed RQ-170. If any of you want to check that out, you can. I can't show that video. I don't have the rights to it. But Ewoks and PCAP says, check UFO subreddit. Thank you, Richard Trickle, as well. Richard, if you haven't if you want to communicate about that, you can message agendafreetv@gmail.com. Thanks to French Toaster, our new member. John Boyle, our new member. Katie Girl, our member. All right. Now, what should I show you next? You know, maybe I'll show you. Hey, we should look at what the White House said. Let's look at what the White House said. The White House spoke, John Kirby, National Security Advisor, spoke about this yesterday at the White House press briefing. Let's just watch that for a second. Yeah, there were a bunch of questions about it. Where was the first one? Hold on. Hang on. John Kirby. You know what I'm going to have to do? I'm going to have to go through. It's going to be too hard to. I'll show you what he first said. But then I'll have to show you the press briefing transcript and read you, because there's questions throughout. Now it's going to take me forever to find where those are in the actual video. But I can show you what he said at the start, and then show you what he said in the transcript. All right. So the White House press briefing from yesterday is here. Oh, sorry. Here it is. All right, I'm going to pull this up, and I'm going to show you what John Kirby said. National Security Council. Isn't he National Security Council spokesman? Do I have that right? I hope. All right, so there's that. Now I got to go to where he starts speaking. This was yesterday. There he is. I'll put up on the screen yesterday. Too big. Now it's right towards the end of when he starts his initial thing.
Realized.
Is this it right here?
There do, however, highlight a gap in authority.
I got it. I got it. This is his statement at the start of the press briefing yesterday.
Leveraging new technology by consolidating some cumbersome processing steps, particularly in and around New Jersey.
Hold on, here.
Ways applicants' employment status. And of course, we've requested from Congress more visa numbers so that we can continue to do that. Now, finally, I just want to add a few comments on the reports of drone activity here on the East Coast, particularly in and around New Jersey. We have no evidence at this time that the reported drone sightings pose a national security or a public safety threat, or have a foreign nexus. The Department of Homeland Security and the FBI are investigating these sightings, and they're working closely with state and local law enforcement to provide resources using numerous detection methods to better understand their origin. Using very sophisticated electronic detection technologies provided by federal authorities, we have not been able to, and neither have state or local law enforcement authorities, corroborate any of the reported visual sightings. To the contrary, upon review of available imagery, it appears that many of the reported sightings are actually manned aircraft that are being operated lawfully. The United States Coast Guard is providing support to the state of New Jersey and has confirmed that there is no evidence of any foreign-based involvement from coastal vessels. And importantly, there are no reported or confirmed drone sightings in any restricted airspace. Now, that said, we certainly take seriously the threat that can be posed by unmanned aircraft systems, which is why law enforcement and other agencies continue to support New Jersey and investigate the reports, even though they have uncovered no malicious activity or intent at this particular stage. While there is no known malicious activity occurring, the reported sightings there do, however, highlight a gap in authorities. And so we urge Congress to pass important legislation that will extend and expand existing counter-drone authorities so that we are better prepared to identify and mitigate any potential threats to airports or other critical infrastructure, and so that state and local authorities are provided all the tools that they need to respond to such threats as well. Now,
Okay, so that was his statement at the top, which is quite similar to the DHS FBI statement that came out yesterday. But what I want to do is show you guys some of the other questions he was asked about this. I can't just, it's too difficult to find exactly where they are in the video. Okay, so here's another question from the press briefing. This is the transcript. Thanks, Karine. John, on the drones, does the U.S. government have any of its own imagery or video of these systems? John Kirby, I'm not aware that we have U.S. government-produced imagery ourselves, but as I said in my opening statement, we certainly have done federal analysis of the existing imagery. Question, like from people's cell phones that we're seeing? Basically, with what you're looking at, how can you credibly tell people that there is no public safety threat, there's no national security threat, that there's no reason to believe a foreign government is involved? Mr. Kirby, because the analysis so far... I think this is Jackie Heinrich. I bet I can find this whole exchange in the briefing and play it for you. I think it'd be better if I played the thing for you. Let me find where Jackie Heinrich speaks. If I can pull it up here. She's with Fox News. Give me one moment. Can I find Jackie Heinrich? Here it is. I found it. I found Jackie Heinrich. Okay, I'm going to play this for you. Works.
at the end, there's a lot more work. The law enforcement officials were arrested late November. Foreign malign
Okay, I think this is where Jackie Heinrich from Fox News asked questions. All right, hold on. Here we go. Nope. One sec. All right. Nope, not that. Right. Oh, oops. Sorry. Give me a second. Let me just post it. Give me 2 seconds. Get it on the screen for you. It's from the White House press briefing on yesterday. Okay, here it is. I got it. Here is more from yesterday's press briefing.
Thanks, Trini. John, on the drones, does the U.S. government have any of its own imagery or video of these systems?
I'm not aware that we have U.S. government produced imagery ourselves, but as I said in my opening statement, we have certainly done thorough analysis of the existing imagery.
Like from people's cell phones that we're seeing? Basically, with what you're looking at, how can you credibly tell people that there is no public safety threat, there's no national security threat, that there's no reason to believe that a foreign government is involved?
Because the analysis thus far, in an investigation that is ongoing, has not revealed any national security or malicious intent or criminal activity. But, Jackie, I would remind you, we're at the beginning here, not the end. There's a lot more work to be done, and we're working closely with state and local authorities to gain more information. I would argue that we're moving pretty well here with a sense of energy to try to figure out what we can do to learn more about this. We're still in the middle of an ongoing investigation, and I'm up here explaining to you and letting you know what we know so far, what we believe so far. If information comes to light that changes that characterization, then my goodness, we'll be the first ones to let you know. But right now, there's just no indication that this is some sort of foreign malign activity or, in fact, even criminal.
Well, what I don't understand is, this has been happening since late November. I don't know that the law enforcement officials or residents in New York and New Jersey, or even the Democratic senators who wrote to Director Ray Mayorkas and the FAA administrator today would think that this has been handled with a sense of urgency. But that being said, has the President or the Secretary of Defense issued any guidance to NORTHCOM or military installations to act on these systems if they're deemed to be a threat in any way? And what's the benchmark for that determination?
So 2 thoughts. First of all, you're right, late November. It is now, the 12th of December. So I think it shows that we're moving on with this, and we're going to stay on it. So I want to disabuse you of any notion that we're not taking this seriously, because we are. I can also tell you that if the President, as Commander-in-Chief, believed, based on the information that he'd been given, that there was a national security threat at play here, or even a public safety threat at play here, he would issue the appropriate directives to not only law enforcement, but perhaps even the military if that was needed. I want to go back to something I said at the top. There has been no evidence of any of this activity in or near restricted spaces.
That's not what the senators said in the letter. They said, in fact, that they've been observed maneuvering their critical infrastructure, sensitive locations, including reservoirs and military installations, and cited a concern from law enforcement about public safety threats because a medevac helicopter was prevented from transporting a seriously injured patient for care because of the presence of these drones.
I stand by my opening statement.
Can you make that make more sense? Because I think people in New York and New Jersey see drones the size of an SUV over their house every night and think that that doesn't make any sense.
Certainly I understand why people would be looking at this and being concerned about it. We're concerned about it too, which is why we have the Department of Homeland Security and the FBI, my goodness, looking at this. And we're taking it seriously. We understand that people are concerned. We understand that they got questions. We got questions too. And we're working hard to get the answers to that. What I can tell you as we sit here today, at 2:16 in the afternoon on the 12th, is we haven't seen any indication thus far that there's a public safety risk, and we haven't seen.
The government know what they are.
We are still investigating this. I can't tell you definitively. I cannot characterize for you definitively what these sightings are. I can just go back to what I said at the opening. We've looked at the imagery. We can't corroborate some of the reported sightings through our own expert analysis using sophisticated detection techniques, but that doesn't mean that we're putting our pen down here this afternoon and calling it a day. We're going to keep at this.
What are you doing, though?
We are continuing to investigate it, as I said in my opening statement, 2 federal agencies, as well as the United States Coast Guard and state and local law enforcement officials, which we are staying in close touch with.
Picking up on drones, has it reached a level, or is there a level determined by which the president or the administration, more directly, would prohibit any use of the airspace, since it is regulated, for drones for a period of time to try to figure out who they are and to remove this anxiety that people in the Northeast are feeling?
I don't know that we're at a stage right now where we're considering that sort of a policy option, but I can tell you that we're going to keep an open mind here, and I think whatever policy options we determine are appropriate will be informed by the investigation. And thus far, in this early stage of the investigation, there's just no national security threat that we see and no public safety risk. So again, you want to be careful that you don't you don't jump to conclusions and you don't jump to policy options that may not be appropriate at this particular stage. But we'll obviously see where it goes, and we'll be informed by investigators.
One other topic, with Jake in Israel and...
All right, so those were some comments by John Kirby. The first questions came from Jackie Heinrich of Fox News. She's the one who asked a bunch of questions there. I just want to see... No, I think that's it. I think that's all the drone talk from the press briefing yesterday. Okay, so I wanted you to see that. All right, hang on a second here. Get this back. Oh, you know what? I asked, hey, Twitch, what was the result of the Twitch poll? I forgot to look. And then Twitch, the poll just disappears. Does anybody on Twitch remember the Twitch result of the poll, which was, do you think this is going to turn out to be some kind of big deal? What was it? Something significant or no big deal? Let's see. Twitch? Anyone in Twitch remember? 60-40? 60-40 who? 60% unlikely? It's literally, I'm seeing different answers. 59, nothing big. You're giving me different numbers in Twitch for the same poll. 60, nothing significant. Okay. Deirdre Sky, Flumpingtons. A bunch of people are saying on Twitch it was 60% said nothing significant, whereas, or no big deal on Twitch. 60% said no big deal, whereas on YouTube, I think it was around, 62% said it was going to be something significant. Okay. A quick thank you to Alicia Alexander. Thanks for your support. Alicia said, hold on a moment. What if they are from a foreign country, China, Russia, etc., and we are being held ransom? Meanwhile, negotiations are going on in the background. That's from Alicia. Thank you to Old Grouch Games, our new member. Thank you to Lou S., who says the drones are air taxis for the World Cup at MedLife in 2026. Thank you to Beck Sands, our new member. Thank you, Lou S., as well. Talking more about the air taxis, he thinks they are. Chris Canada, Quebec City, thank you, who says, for the older ones among us, we have a remastered version of the Area 51 crash for conspiracy theorists. It'll be a change to no longer see the guy leaning over the remains of a weather balloon. Thank you, Red Squirrel 82 for your support. Thanks, Beck Sands, for the gift membership. Thank you, gift memberships. Thank you. Thank you, Pixel 8it, who says, how is it that NORAD can track Santa but doesn't know where these are coming from? Thank you, Adaptive Migration. I think it's Adaptive Migration Solutions, who says these are consultants with the Army Corps of Engineers, survey drones, mapping and surveying the coastal damage caused by Hurricane Helene. The damage is dramatic and severe, so there is no threat. We have a lot of theories in our chat. Thanks, Scott Wheeler, our member. Jack, thank you for your support. Thanks, Jack. Dan Lutzga, who says, is this really serious? There have been no drones in Illinois. Thank you, Dan Lutzka. Thank you, Jack Russell. Jax thinks this stream is sensationalizing this. I'm sorry you feel that way, Jack. I would be interested in knowing which exact part of the stream you think is sensationalizing it, rather than a stream discussing a major news topic that's being covered by basically every major news outlet in the United States, in which many people in the United States are concerned with, and was asked about in the White House press briefing, and talking about it factually and in a balanced manner. So apparently you don't think that's what's going on. So I would love to see, Jack, feel free to send me a time code maybe of the particular part of the video you feel is not that and you feel is sensationalizing. Thank you also, young RJ, for your support. He says, when do we start capturing the drones? Thank you, Dmitry Zaitsev, for your support. Who says, I bet the drones are Elon Musk proving his point about drones after everyone criticized his recent comments, LOL. Thank you, Martin Gingrich, who says he's wrong. They literally had a hearing about this. I think there was a hearing about drones in general in Congress recently, but I'm not sure. I didn't see it, Martin, so I'm not positive. Thank you, Martin. And thank you again, Jack. Let's see here. I have some more things to show you. You know, there's this other question of, I've seen some speculation, and I think some of our viewers have talked about this. Could this be some kind of the government testing something and they don't want to say they are, you know, that kind of thing? I've seen some claims like that. I believe some of our viewers have talked about that. I don't know. Stickler for Change says, I find it hard to believe that someone with a high-powered telescope doesn't have a close-up photo. Lou Ruello says, not a word from either president. Well, today, President-elect Trump posted on his Truth Social about this. I don't believe Biden has... I don't recall Biden directly commenting on it, but I'm not sure. So I can show you what Trump said about it on his Truth Social. Trump said... You know, I got to sign in. I keep forgetting to sign myself in. I have a login on Truth Social. Do I even remember what it is? I always say, every stream I say to myself, I'm going to sign in after the stream to Truth Social, so I don't have to do it next stream. And then I forget, and then the next stream I'm not logged into it. Maybe I'll log in right now. Maybe I'll do that. If it takes 2 seconds. Okay, let's try this. Oh, that was easy. It's done. I'm logged in. Okay, now, here is what is this? It's telling me things. Here is what Trump said on Truth Social. Mystery drone sightings all over the country. Can this really be happening without our government's knowledge? I don't think so. Let the public know and now, otherwise shoot them down. 3 exclamation points. DJT. So that's what Trump said. Thank you, Bean Juice Bond, for your support, who said same thing happened in Colorado in 2019 and 2020. FBI investigated but couldn't determine the operators. That's what Bean Juice Bond says. Thank you, Simeon Peebler, for your support. It says, sociology experiment, repeated myth enhanced by misidentification of air traffic, news media, people reporting repeated stories. Thanks, Luke McCombs, for your support. Who says, hearing these reports, these are pterodynamics drones that are top secret. I highly doubt that BC, the Nevada National Site, is where, I highly doubt that BC, the Nevada National Site, is where things like that are tested, not suburban New Jersey. Thank you, DJ Germagic Stick. Who says, I am flying Jetson drone personal craft. It just came on the market a few weeks ago for $125,000. The world are flying around dum-dum. Thanks, T-Sky, for your support. T-Sky said, I took a video of many drones flying around last night. I assure you see the video if you like. You can send it to me if you want, T-Sky. I'll take a look at it. I'm probably not going to really get into showing videos on the air. Just to be clear. I mean, Andy Kim's video I showed. He's a senator-elect. But I'd be happy to look at them, but I sort of don't want to start going down that road because I don't know what I'm seeing. By the way, there's a Facebook, one of the articles I read said there's a Facebook group with now 46,000 members called New Jersey Mystery Drones. It's called New Jersey Mystery Drones, Let's Solve It, and it has 46.2 thousand members over there on Facebook. Hey, real quick, I want to shout out our moderators. Thank you so much for moderating right now. Ruth Krafasi, Havasu Mom, Beth Mythical. They are all there on YouTube. Over on YouTube, Dutchson says Trump's golf course is the location where these are being sighted. There were reports early on. A couple of days ago, I read you an article said that there were reports of some drones at one point over Trump's golf course in Bedminster. And the FAA, and there were reports of drones near a military facility in New Jersey. So the FAA did, as we mentioned two streams, as we mentioned last stream, the FAA did put up no drone flight restrictions against drones flying above the Bedminster golf course of Trump and above that military facility. Those two actually exist. Those no drone flying orders by the FAA. Did I get all of the YouTube mods? Havasu Mom, Beth Mythical, Ruth Krafasi, all of our other YouTube mods. Thank you. Linda Belk and Larry on X. Over there on Twitch. Thanks so much to our moderators. Bastion Girl, David Green, McBritches, Sarah, and Surly Dev. Thanks to Trace for subscribing on Twitch, too. And also, thanks so much to our Facebook moderators, like Kay Lowry Body, Ronald Egnor. Thank you, Paul Anderson. Thank you. Thanks, Leanne Ticknor, for subscribing over there on Facebook. Margaret Riley's moderating. Thanks for subscribing to Margaret. Thanks, Iva Lynn Berry Speed L for subscribing on Facebook, and Shannon Davis Hughes. Also, shout out to our Twitch subscribers real quick, like Trace, Sky Blue Darts. Sky Blue Darts, thanks for chatting, actually, for being a first-time chatter. Zini Alice, thanks for subscribing on Twitch. Night Owl, Shaggy, Wall Street, Tatsiki, Holistic, Voltron Nam, I think it is. On all of our other Twitch subscribers, thank you. All right, there's more to talk about here. There's more to show you. Oh, I haven't gotten to everything yet. I have more to show you. You can reach me at Lookner on X. Yeah, Stephen Burrows thinks it's a certain kind of drone by Patero Dynamics that's being made for the military. Sent me an article about it. That's what Stephen Burrows thinks. Just trying to read some more comments here. Karen Moore, our viewer, says it's hard for me to believe NORAD or Space Force wouldn't detect these if these drones were a threat. Maybe I'm naive. SK mentioned to me that CBS News Boston says multiple drone sightings over Cape Cod. A Harwich woman told police she saw 10 to 15 drones over her house. That's a report from CBS News Boston. Gregory Pelletieri sent me a picture he took on the Upper West Side of Manhattan looking toward Central Park, and he said something hovered above the park for 15 minutes. Thank you, Gregory. We the People of the USA says these were above the Colorado area years ago and they still have no answer. I'm not sure whatever happened in Colorado years ago. I don't know that if there were sightings there, it was caused by whatever's causing these sightings now. I have no way of knowing that. I will say lots of people are sending me things from social media accounts that are certainly not well-known news accounts that I would consider reliable sources. Some of them, I've never even heard of these accounts before. Those reports I'm probably not going to pay much attention to. I have a press release. One of the viewers let me know there was a press release from the Harwich Police. Who sent me this? Thank you, SWOK Sooner. So this is the Harwich Police on Cape Cod, guys. You know Cape Cod, where that is? I'll show you on a map where this is. Part of Massachusetts. Look at this. Hang on a moment. Hang on a moment. Let's take a look at where Harwich is. Hold on, I guess I gotta change this here. The Harwich Police put out a press release. Okay, here's Harwich, just to show you where it is. Oop, hold on, hold on. There, Harwich is here on Cape Cod in Massachusetts. The little arm that sticks out of, not a little, the arm that sticks out of Massachusetts, basically. There's Harwich, okay? With that in mind, oops, we're not talking about yesterday anymore. I don't know why this says yesterday. I still had the yesterday thing up on the screen. I apologize. That was from when I was playing the White House press briefing from yesterday. Okay, here's what the Harwich Police had to say. Harwich Police press release from today. Incident, report of unmanned aerial system drone activity over Harwich. On December 12th, a resident of Harwich called to report unknown drone activity over her residence. The resident reported going outside around 9 p.m., where she observed 10 to 15 drones. The resident could not hear the drone, but stated they were very bright, and she observed these for over an hour. That same night around 6 p.m., an off-duty Harwich officer noticed similar drone activity near the public safety complex on Sisson Road. We have forwarded all information we have received to the Boston FBI and the Massachusetts State Police. We will continue to work with our state and federal partners. These drones are similar to the ones reported over the... I don't know how they can know this. These drones... I think what they mean is these drone sightings are similar to the ones reported over the last couple of weeks over New Jersey, New York, and mostly over Connecticut. That's from the chief of police. Wow. I'm going to post that. Thank you to SW Oklahoma Sooner for letting me know about that. I'm going to just post the press release. Okay, hold on a second here. Hey, a quick thanks to Rick D, who gave memberships, and AJ Krause, who gave memberships. Thank you, Rick D and AJ. That's very nice of both of you. Make sure you thank somebody if you got a membership from them. Thank you to Shishibot for subscribing on Twitch. Thanks to XCD for your support, who says, check out Mapscaping Drone Fly Drones. Drones are registered, need to be FAA compliant, and adhere to geofencing. These drones are apparently not affected and can cross the boundaries. Thank you, XCD. Thank you, Lucia Harizo, who says the government needs to stop trying to sweep this under the rug. It needs to stop treating it like the spy balloon. Be the government and go do your job, or expect no taxes from the taxpayers. Thanks, Lucia. Thanks also Wintube from Australia, who says, if I were investigating, I would be looking at all the marine traffic in the area, particularly the Chinese, as the drones must have a mothership to return to. John Kirby said in the press conference today, the White House press briefing, he specifically said, how did he describe it? He said the exact wording was, the United States Coast Guard is providing support to the state of New Jersey and has confirmed that there is no evidence of any foreign-based involvement from coastal vessels. That's what John Kirby said. Thanks also to Kaluth, who says, please don't smirk about this. People are affected. I just can't win. No matter what I do, I can't win. I can't win. Another viewer was yelling at me because I was sensationalizing this. And now you're angry at me because you say I'm not taking it seriously enough. Which is it? Which is it, viewers yelling at me? Am I sensationalizing it or not taking it seriously enough? You seem to think I'm doing both. We should do a poll. Is Steve sensationalizing it or not taking it seriously enough? Probably come up 50-50. Jake says, my goodness. Exactly. Elistic says it's the same viewer. Yeah, I'm not. People think I'll have to look at the videos after. Billy White sent me a video, crash drone video attached. Amelia Denham sent me a video, possible drones in Oregon. I'll have to look at the stuff later. I can't play it on the air anyway. I appreciate you sending it. I'll have to look at it later. Just so you know, I'm getting it. Then Corey Hunter sent me radio traffic from 4 pilots to air traffic control talking about UFOs moving at hypersonic speeds from the Daily Mail. I'll have to read that later. Thank you so much, Polyroots. Yes, I am doing my best. I'm doing my best with it, Polyroots. Thank you. Thank you, I Am Fatness. I appreciate it. Thank you also to the Vladinator, who says, if the FBI, DHS, and everyone else states they have no clue, it's probably true. President Biden should go live and admit that they don't know what's going on or tell everyone everything they know. Good job. I think a lot of people out there think the government knows more than it's letting on and wants to know. Thank you, T-Sky. I appreciate it. Yeah, as I said, I'll check out people's videos after the stream. I mean, I don't have the expertise to look at these things and really understand what I'm seeing. Thank you, but I appreciate you sending it. Thanks, Dank Rhines. Thank you, Exceedy, and thank you also to Beautiful Messy Ball. Yes, we mentioned this multiple times earlier. Many viewers through the stream have said, go look at the Asbury Park beach cam. It's showing drones. I don't know if it's showing drones. I can't show it live anyway, but if you want, go look at the Asbury Park beach cam. That's in New Jersey. Thank you, Bad Tushery, for the bits. Okay, let's move on. Stay same topic. Same topic. I wanted to show you a little video from Reuters. So Reuters had an article, FBI White House find no evidence of security threat in New Jersey drone sightings. We talked about this before. Just to summarize here from Reuters, the White House, FBI, and Homeland Security said yesterday they had no evidence that drone sightings reported in New Jersey pose national security or safety threats, despite concerns raised by lawmakers. The FBI and DHS said in a joint statement, it appears that many of the reported sightings are actually manned aircraft. Let me just real quickly, I think it's important because this is the official line of the government. So I think it's important to just get on the table what the government is saying. This is literally the 3-paragraph statement by Homeland Security and FBI. They wrote yesterday, we have no evidence at this time that the reported drone sightings pose a national security or public safety threat or have a foreign nexus. The FBI, DHS, and our federal partners, in close coordination with the New Jersey State Police, continue to deploy personnel and technology to investigate the situation and confirm whether the reported drone flights are actually drones or are instead manned aircraft or otherwise inaccurate sightings. Historically, we have experienced cases of mistaken identity, where reported drones are in fact manned aircraft or facilities. We are supporting local law enforcement in New Jersey with numerous direct detection methods, but have not corroborated any of the reported visual sightings with electronic detection. To the contrary, upon review of available imagery, it appears that many of the reported sightings are actually manned aircraft operating lawfully. There are no reported or confirmed drone sightings in any restricted airspace. We take seriously the threat that can be posed by unmanned aircraft systems, UAS, which is why law enforcement and other agencies continue to support New Jersey and investigate the reports. To be clear, they have uncovered no such malicious activity or intent at this stage. While there is no known malicious activity occurring in New Jersey, the reported sightings there do, however, highlight the insufficiency of current authorities. Insufficiency of current authority is kind of a weird statement at the end there, but I think they just mean like we need to get more information about this. Okay, so given that, I was reading you this from the Reuters, FBI White House find no evidence of security threat in New Jersey drone sightings. I'm going to show you a little video here from them. The FAA said it began receiving reports of drone activity near Morris County, New Jersey on November 18th. The Pentagon has said an initial assessment had shown the drones were not from another country. It said the U.S. military had not shot them down because they did not pose a threat to military installations. Look at this here. According to a Reuters witness, about 6 craft with red and green blinking lights were seen passing over Delaware County in suburban Philadelphia on Thursday evening, about 10 miles from the Philadelphia airport, according to a Reuters witness. Posts on social media by people in the area reported seeing what they believed to be drones. Tony Perry, mayor of Middletown, New Jersey, told CNN on Thursday that in the past week or so, there have been more than 40 drones spotted over his town. He said the drones are SUV-sized and fly at upward of 60 to 70 miles per hour. I'm not sure how anyone can just sit there and say there's no imminent threat, he said the mayor. I think the federal government has taken it, I don't think the federal government has taken it too seriously to date, he said. He said he and other local officials were told at a briefing Wednesday by the New Jersey State Police and the Department of Homeland Security that the Coast Guard is patrolling the state's coastline looking for any type of vessel that could serve as a platform for the drones. As I mentioned, John Kirby said on Thursday the Coast Guard has confirmed there's no evidence of any foreign-based involvement from coastal vessels. Okay, so let's look at Reuters posted a video with that article. Let's take a look at that Reuters video on this drone situation. I'm going to put it up on the screen right now for you. The Reuters video on the drone situation. Let's watch this from Reuters right now. Hang on, I am putting it on the screen for you. Here we go.
About the size of a school bus. It was just about the size of a school bus, hovering about 150 feet over the trees.
Evan Cutler said he was completely caught off guard by a large flying object he recently saw in Montclair, New Jersey, hovering in the night sky.
All of a sudden, the moon is starting to move to my left, and it's heading towards me. And then all of a sudden, I'm like, no, it's not the moon. Maybe it's a plane. Then suddenly, it gets closer, and it's hovering right over the trees, and it looks like, I guess, an enormous drone. I'm not even sure what I've never seen anything like it. It's just a drone on steroids.
Cutler is one of the many residents who have been pulled into the mystery. The FAA said it began receiving reports of drone activity near Morris County, New Jersey on November 18th.
Who do I call? That's the big mystery is when you see something that you don't know what it is, who do you call? Like, it's not like you go into Yellow Pages and like UFO spottings. I never felt like this was a UFO. To me, my first thought was like, this is some sort of weird like military secret aircraft experiment kind of thing.
The White House, FBI, and Homeland Security said on Thursday
Oh, you can't hear me. Sorry. I'm muted. What I was saying is I stopped the video for a second. I apologize. I didn't realize I was muted. So I was saying that when the video played this clip, my head was blocking the credit to Dunya Alasami, who took this video. So I just wanted to make sure that I got my face off the screen so the credit showed for Dunya Alasami. Sorry to interrupt.
Secret aircraft experiment kind of thing.
The White House, FBI, and Homeland Security said on Thursday they had no evidence the drone sightings posed national security or safety threats.
It appears that many of the reported sightings are actually manned aircraft that are being operated lawfully.
White House National Security spokesperson John Kirby told reporters that federal authorities were investigating the sightings in cooperation with New Jersey authorities.
I need answers.
Ryan Hurd, the mayor of New Jersey's Pequannock Township, said residents are worried.
You have an invasion coming into the state of New Jersey, hundreds or thousands of them all over everybody's houses, only about 200 feet high. This is priority. It needs to be made priority. We need to find out what's going on now, and I demand answers.
You got stuff flying at night in the sky over a very highly populated area. You want to at least have a little bit of transparency and let us know that, we have nothing to worry about. Because, people are actually starting to panic a little bit.
U.S. senators representing New Jersey and New York have sent a letter to the heads of the FBI, DHS, and the FAA expressing urgent concern about the reported sightings and asked for a briefing as soon as possible.
It was just...
All right. That was a good video by Reuters. Good job, Reuters. And you know what? In a moment, I'll show you. There was some lawmakers, some local politicians had a little news conference today. I haven't even watched it yet, but I saw that it's there. So we're going to look at that in a second. I want to read some more of your comments here. Nicole thinks it's a company doing tests for a new delivery method. Just Rhonda says invasion at the borders, invasion from the skies. Susie Iris says it's kind of weird. East Coast people, sorry for you. Margin Call 911 says what's going to happen is people going to get fed up and start shooting guns in the air you watch. There was one video that was floating around today that purported to be a video of somebody shooting at a drone. I can't verify the video, but that was floating around today. I hope it doesn't happen. By the way, it might be illegal. I'm not an expert on gun laws in various states, but it's certainly possible to me that if you start firing a gun at a drone, you're breaking some kind of law. Also, I would think you might be possibly making yourself possibly liable to a lawsuit if, let's say you shoot a bullet at a drone and the bullet comes down and hurts somebody, right? So Rob Zilla says you can't just shoot in the air. Now, again, I'm not an expert, but it seems to me, in my non-expert view, that there could be criminal and also civil liability issues with just shooting guns at drones. So I am certainly not advising anybody to do that. Hey, thanks to Matthew Bradford. Any live feeds? Some of our viewers are watching this Asbury Park camera. I don't really know what it's showing. I can't tell. So no, I don't have like a Reuters live feed from somebody's backyard in New Jersey. That I do not have. I am sorry. Thank you, Matthew, for your support, though. Thank you, Zeppelin, for being a member. Thank you, Laserworm, for your support. This reminds me of the old Leprechaun viral clip. I don't even know what that is. Thank you, DJ Germagic Stick, who says, people, they are jets and drones. They are legal to fly. They are personal aircraft that went up for sale, $125,000. They sold 1,000 of them. People, get it together. One of our viewers thinks it's jets and drones. DJ Germagic Stick. Thank you for the support. You can look up Jetson drone if you want on the web, jetson.com. Thanks to Scott Gimble, our member. Thank you, Dizzy Dale, for your support. Why is everyone calling them drones and not UFOs without any evidence, says Dizzy Dale. Thank you also to Accedi. Thanks again, Accedi, for your support. Thank you to, sorry, I owe a couple thank yous here. Ricky Graybill for the gift membership. Thank you, Kaluth. Oh, I thanked Kaluth already. Thank you, Beautiful Messy Ball, for your support. KD Singh Amiha, thanks for your support. KD thinks that it's military drones testing on field simulations. That is KD's view. Thanks, Teresa, for being a member. And thank you, Lisa Christie, for being a member. And Raven Knight, who says, call the Power Rangers Mega Drone Zord. Webhog says, I know what they are, but I'm not telling. I bet a lot of people are calling up their representatives, their political representatives, and like complaining about this. And then the representatives feel like, oh, I really got to start going public. I think we're going to see more politicians speak out about this because they're probably hearing from their constituents. Thank you, Martin Gingrich, as well. Martin says, to the doubters out there, Homeland Security and FBI would not be involved if this were normal drones. Take that to the bank. Ellen Zen says, we need an explanation. The federal government is shockingly irresponsible. Oh, Governor Phil Murphy wrote a letter yesterday he talked about. Hold on. Governor Murphy said, I wrote to the president yesterday. He's the governor of New Jersey. He actually posted this morning. Was the letter yesterday or was it today? The letter was yesterday. He said, I wrote to the president to express my concerns about reports of unmanned aircraft systems in and around New Jersey airspace, since existing laws limit the liability of state and local law enforcement, limit the ability of state and local law enforcement to counter UASs. More federal resources are needed to understand what is behind this activity. So you can see he posted this letter. It says, I write with to President Biden, I write with growing concern about reports of unmanned aircraft systems in and around New Jersey airspace. All right, I don't want to read the whole thing. Paragraph 2 says, since November 18th, New Jersey State Police have received reports of, I'm going to say drone sightings in our airspace. UAS, unmanned aircraft systems. We'll say drone sightings in our airspace. Okay. He says more resources are needed to fully understand what's behind this activity. He says New Jersey residents, down at the bottom here, which you can't see, New Jersey residents deserve more concrete information about these drone sightings and what is causing them. The continued reporting of drone activity has raised more questions than answers and prompted an outcropping of conspiracy theories across social media and other platforms, he says. I respectfully urge you to continue to direct federal agencies involved to work together until they uncover answers as to what was behind these drone sightings. I have directed New Jersey State Police and our Office of Homeland Security and Preparedness to assist them in any capacity. All right, anyways, this is from, you can go read this on Governor Phil Murphy's social media. All right, you know what I think we should do? I think I want to check this out. I want to check this out. There was a... Where is it here? I had it here. Where was that thing? Hang on a moment. I'm trying to find the post. Where was this? I had the actual, this is annoying me. There was some lawmakers today who gave like this little news conference on the situation outdoors. Where did I put this? I have it somewhere. Give me one moment. I want to show this to you. Let's see here. I got to go back and find it. Is it here? No, that's not it. Is it here? I'm so upset by this. I could have sworn that I wrote this down, that I wrote down where this was. All right. I might have to hold on hold off. Oh, is it here? Hold on. Let's see, there's there. I have the clip of it, but I want the whole thing.
Together. It's on set in a movie. Unmade.
All right, if nothing else, I'll play you the clip of it.
Commercial or recreation.
Thanks for bearing with me. New York Times is reporting that Governor Hochul launches investigation into drone sightings in New York. I'll have to look at that as well. Let me show you this from, let me at least show you this. Here's a clip from this press briefing that Nicole Maliotakis posted. She is a Congress member representing Brooklyn and Staten Island. Here's a clip from her press conference. You can see here, I'm going to make it a little bigger for you. I had the whole thing. I don't know where it went. It's really frustrating. Try and find it. Okay, here it is. Oops, make it a little smaller. This is from today, it looks like. Again, she is a U.S. Congress member representing Staten Island, New York, Brooklyn and Staten Island. Here's what she said in this clip she posted.
And representing us in D.C. in Congress is our Congresswoman Nicole Maliotakis.
Thank you, Vito. 20 years ago, they filmed War of the Worlds on Staten Island. And now we feel like we're characters in that movie. What is happening is outrageous. Thousands of drones and unmanned aerial systems flying above us, and our government is not telling us who's operating them and for what purpose. I don't believe that the United States of America, with its military capabilities, does not know what these objects are. And what I'm asking, and what we're all asking, is for you to be straight with us and just tell us what is going on. As Vito says, this is creating havoc. People are confused, they're concerned, they have anxiety, they don't know what's going on. There's all sorts of theories that are out there. And the best way to address this is to just be honest and tell the American people what is going on. These are not recreational drones. These are not, I don't believe, commercial drones, because if they are violating existing rules and regulations, which say that they need to be under 400 feet and they can't be operating in the middle of the night between sunset and sunrise. So that leaves two options. It's our government, or there's a foreign nexus. And so either our government is doing some type of surveillance activity or surveying, or what really would concern, I think, everyone, there's a foreign government that is doing this type of activity and surveillance. And they're doing it above sensitive infrastructure, Verrazano Bridge, this U.S. Coast Guard base, the Army installation across the water, power plants, ports. And so, again, just be straight with us, tell us what it is, and let's address it the best possible way so we can calm everyone down and make sure that these don't pose a threat to our national security and public safety. Because even if it is not nefarious, the fact that these things are flying all over is a public safety issue. There can be an accident. There could be an explosion. There could be a crash. This is a very densely populated area. And going back to the FAA restrictions, you cannot be flying these things above and around buildings if it's commercial or recreational. So something's not right here, and we need our government to give us answers and also put in place restrictions so that this does not continue, and enforce the existing regulations and restrictions. And that means our government needs to follow those rules as well. Thank you.
So that was Congresswoman from Staten Island and Brooklyn, New York, Nicole Maliotakis. And as I said before, I'm really annoyed because I had actually I had a link to that whole thing on Facebook. I thought her office posted it. So give me 1 second here, because I'd kind of like to hear what some of the other speakers had to say. Oh, maybe I found it. Maybe I got it. Did I get it? I found it. I found the thing. We're going to watch a little more of that press conference. I found it, guys. I'm going to take some comments from you first, but you can see it says, Staten Island elected officials demand answers and action to drone sightings. This isn't even New Jersey. This is New York. Also, I did see something about Kathy Hochul, the governor of New York. The New York Times said Kathy Hochul announced an investigation into the drones. Where is it here? Hochul launches investigation into drone sightings in New York. That's from the New York Times. Did she post about it? Let's see. Well, earlier today, she said, what we know New Yorkers have spotted drones in the air this week, and we are investigating. At this time, there's no evidence these drones pose a public safety or national security threat. We are coordinating with federal partners, including FBI and DHS, to protect New Yorkers. Now, what does the New York Times report about this? They say that Governor Hochul where is it here? No, I think it just says that she said she's investigating with federal law enforcement authorities. I think they're referring to that statement. Okay. I thought there was some other news about that besides her saying that. By the way, the Times says that the initial sightings were clustered in a few counties in northern New Jersey. Then other counties in New Jersey have seen them. Also, Philadelphia suburbs, parts of New York City. For example, residents in parts of upstate New York, Connecticut, and Pennsylvania have reported mysterious sightings at night. We told you the former governor of Maryland claimed he saw drones and posted a video. I think he posted that today. Okay. Thanks, Trey Davis, for your support. Trey says, these things aren't generating any heat signatures, nor are they emitting any radio frequencies. That's some serious tech at this scale and quantity. Thanks, Trey Davis. Thanks, B. Colorado, for your support. He says, these are a huge safety risk to small aircraft and anyone below them, also preventing medevacs from landing. Huge safety risk. Anyone who says different is lying. Thanks, Ellen Zen, who says, whoever or whatever's behind this, what is the reason for being so obvious? Joseph Fiorentino, thank you, Ellen Zen, I appreciate it. Joseph Fiorentino, thank you, who says, several sightings reported on Long Island. Lots of air traffic out here, could be regular planes. Thank you to Joner Games for the gift membership. Thank you, Mauricio Corbin, for the gift memberships. Thank you. Thank you, Flip Dizzies, for your support. Thank you, B. Colorado, who says, I'm from Warren County and spot them everywhere. Ellen Zen says, I will definitely be contacting my representative. Thank you, Andrew Schlegel, who says, if it were some secret spy thing or something like that, I'd imagine they'd turn the lights off or no. That's my thought. One of our viewers said drones in Ohio tonight. RV Network says just the fact that nobody is clearing the air on this bothers me. Mark Playton thinks it's a bunch of kids messing with everyone's heads laughing. XYRBB thinks it's a bunch of kids are trolling the whole of America with a few drones. Yogi Shiam says, what do they mean they aren't a public safety threat, but they are going to protect people? I thought no threat doublespeak. J7 says, the age of drones is bad news. Thanks, Jay Brown, for subscribing. Jay Brown 4692 for subscribing on Twitch. Let's see here. By the way, let me show you this from AP. U.S. Senator says mysterious drones spotted in New Jersey should be shot down if necessary. A U.S. Senator, Democrat Richard Blumenthal, has called for mysterious drones spotted flying at night over sensitive areas in New Jersey and other parts of the Mid-Atlantic region to be shot down if necessary, even as it remains unclear who owns them. Hang on a second here. By the way, AP posted 2 pictures with this article. That is supposedly a picture, what appears to be drones flying over Randolph, New Jersey on December 4th. And this one is multiple drones seen over Bernardsville, New Jersey, December 5th, 2024. Senator Blumenthal said we should be doing some very urgent intelligence analysis and take them out of the skies, especially if they're flying over airports or military bases. He's of Connecticut, Richard Blumenthal. As concerns spread across Capitol Hill, people in the New York region are also concerned that the drones may be sharing airspace with commercial airlines, he said, demanding more transparency from the Biden administration. I mentioned that the White House said yesterday a review of the reported sightings shows many of them are actually manned aircraft being flown lawfully. The White House said there is no reported sightings in any restricted airspace. He said the Coast Guard has not uncovered. John Kirby of the White House said Coast Guard has not uncovered any foreign involvement from coastal vessels. He said we have no evidence at this time that the reported drone sightings pose a national security or public safety threat or have a foreign nexus. Pentagon spokesperson Sabrina Singh said they are not U.S. military drones. Okay. The drones appear to avoid detection by traditional methods such as helicopter and radio, according to a state lawmaker briefed Wednesday by the Department of Homeland Security. The number of sightings has increased in recent days, though officials say many of the objects seen may have been planes rather than drones. It's also possible that a single drone has been reported more than once. We talked about this a couple days ago, but I think it's worth mentioning again. The worry stems partly from the flying objects initially being spotted near the Picatinny Arsenal, a U.S. military research and manufacturing facility, and over President-elect Donald Trump's golf course in Bedminster. The FAA has set up 2 drone no-fly zones over those 2 sites, by the way. We talked about this a couple days ago in a post on a social media platform X. Assemblywoman Dawn Fantasia, who went to that briefing with federal authorities, described the drones as up to 6 feet in diameter and sometimes traveling with their lights switched off. Ooh, look at this. I haven't seen this. John Dusler, president of the Pennsylvania Drone Association, said witnesses may be confused about what they are seeing, especially in the dark, and noted it's hard to know the size of drones or how close they might be. There are certainly big drones such as agricultural drones, but typically they are not the type you see flying around in urban or suburban spaces, he said Thursday. He said the drones and those flying them likely cannot evade detection. They will leave a radio frequency footprint. They all leave a signature, he said. We will find out what kind of drones they were, who was flying them, and where they were flying them. All right, that's what he thinks. And that guy, Dusler, who's the president of the Pennsylvania Drone Association, also said, I hope the government agencies will come out with more information about this to ease our fears, but this could just be the acts of some rogue drone operators. It's not an invasion, as some reports have called it. I am concerned about it, but not alarmed by it. Interesting. That's from the AP article. Our viewer, K4 Ohio, said, hold on. I lost the comment. Where'd it go? I'm going to find it again. To scroll back. It's a lot of comments. They sometimes fly by. J-Dog says, War of the Worlds is upon us. Kiska says, I am watching the drones outside my house right now. K4HLO says, these people telling me and others what I am seeing is very, very annoying. Knox Corvus thinks it's military training. Harry says they have lights. They are obviously not a threat. Imagine UFOs without lights. Is that what Harry said? Thanks, by the way, to T-Sky, who says, no one has seen them launch or land, which is very odd given the dense population. Makes me think they're coming from somewhere off the coast. Thank you, T-Sky, for your support. Thank you also, Lethal Old Fart, who says Biden couldn't care less unless they start drinking ice cream? What does this say here? Dry-lowing ice cream? Is there a typo here? I think it says dry-lowing ice cream. Unless they start dry-lowing ice cream, he's out. There's probably a typo. Thank you, Soulstar, as well, who says, if it's true the government doesn't know what these are, then the three-letter agencies are working 24/7 and no holidays. That should be easy to confirm. Thank you, Eric the Cat, for your support. I think what we should do is check out. I think we should check out some more of that press conference today from Staten Island politicians. Here, look, I'm going to put it up on the screen here. Staten Island officials, remember, Staten Island is New York City, borough of New York City. Staten Island elected officials demand answers and action to drone sightings. And this was earlier today, actually. Okay, so I'm not necessarily going to play the whole thing, but I want to hear a little more of this. And U.S. Rep. Nicole Malliotakis represents some of, I guess, Brooklyn. She represents Staten Island and Brooklyn. All right, so let's play a little more of this and see what some of these Staten Island representatives have to say. I'm not going to play the whole thing. Oh, no volume yet.
White House, or my name is Vito Fasella. I just want to pose a question that I think is on millions of people's minds around here. What if there were 3,000 reports of drones or manned aircraft sightings over the U.S. Capitol, or the White House, or the State House in Albany? What would happen? There would be an immediate and intense response to figure out what they were and to solve the problem. And yet, millions of people around here New Jersey, of course here in Staten Island and beyond, are getting nothing but don't believe what you see. You know, there's a saying that we had after 9/11, if you see something, say something. I think that's become, if you see something, don't worry about it, because we saw it too. And the people of Staten Island deserve answers. The people of this city and state and region deserve answers of what the heck is going on. Just last night in my neighborhood, my neighbor sent a video of whatever it is flying over our house. And yet we're told, don't believe what you see. It's shocking to us that here we are almost a month later, 3,000 sightings, drones, manned aircraft, and our folks don't have an answer. We're calling upon not just the New York City Police Department, but others to get involved, get aggressive, figure out what these things are, and help at least alleviate some of the frustration, anxiety that many people share. This is 2024. They're either lying or they're incompetent or they're both. How can we, the United States of America, have this going on and we're told just look the other way? Ignore it. It's no big deal. We know for a fact that there may be some who are, performing some type of surveillance. Well, let's be honest with the American people and treat them like adults and tell them what it is. Yet here we are, standing, because we know recently there were reports over this asset, the Verrazano Narrows Bridge. Here we are in Fort Wadsworth, one of the oldest military installations in the country. There was, we believe, a drone flying above the bridge. We also know on the other side of the island there was a drone flying over New York Container Port in the Goethals Bridge. And we're supposed to just let it be? Come on, folks, step up to the plate and be honest and truthful with the American people, the people of Staten Island, and solve this problem once and for all. We're in this together. I know we have many folks around this region who are weighing in now. It's about time. We started a couple of weeks ago asking that, along with the Congresswoman, to include at least Staten Island in any investigation that's going on at the FAA and the FBI. This is not to take away from them. They didn't start this problem, but they have an obligation to let us know what the heck is going on. As I said, we're all in this together, and representing us in D.C. and Congress is our Congresswoman Nicole Maliotakis.
Thank you, Vito.
I already played what Nicole Maliotakis said, so let me just skip ahead for a second here. We heard her before, so let's see what happened after her. This was today.
Does not continue and enforce the existing regulations and restrictions, and that means our government needs to follow those rules as well. Thank you.
Thank you, Nicole. Recently, just a few days ago, we announced that the city, in partnership with the MTA, Port Authority, and others, actually took 70,000 ghost vehicles off the roads. Bikes, e-bikes, mopeds, motorcycles, and cars. And yet here we are helpless with these ghost drones flying above. We also know that, as Nicole said, this is a public safety issue because there were reports out of New Jersey how somebody who needed to be medevaced to a hospital was prevented from doing so because of the drones. And we're just supposed to take this lightly? With us at the state level is State Senator Jessica Scarcella-Smith.
Thank you. Good morning. One of the best sayings is that sunlight is always the best disinfectant. And leaving people and our community up to their own devices to decide what these drones might be, could be, and not giving the people answers from the top, from the government officials who are way higher up than any of us here locally, it's not right to us as we get hundreds upon hundreds of constituent requests and questions asking them what this is about, that we have no answer. So this is us standing today demanding an answer. We need to be able to tell our constituents what is going on. And even if you just could provide a little bit more information, is this something of ours? Is this something that you need to do for security purposes? Even if it's vague, an answer is better than look away. Don't look up. That's unacceptable. And the people of New York, the people of New Jersey, which I have friends who are complaining that there are dozens upon dozens above her house. She lives by a military installation in Jersey every single night, and nobody's doing anything. We need answers, and we need them now. Thank you.
Thank you, Jessica. Now, there's also reports of why don't you shoot them down? Perhaps the President of the United States or the Governor of the state of New York or elsewhere should say or issue an executive order to allow people to shoot the things down. There were those who had said in public life, well, don't be concerned. Some of those people actually said they don't know what they are, but don't be concerned. You can't have it both ways. How can you not know what they are and say you shouldn't be concerned? So we're getting to the point of reckless rhetoric, reckless behavior, and basically, as I said before, you're either lying or incompetent to the people. State Senate Assemblyman Michael Tanuso.
Thank you to the borough president for holding this press conference today. You know, tons and tons of constituents have contacted my office. I know they contacted the offices of my colleagues, and we just don't know what to tell them. We just don't know what to tell them because we're not getting any answers, and it's completely inexcusable. They owe it to the taxpayers. We owe it to the taxpayers. We, as representatives of the taxpayers, need to be able to inform our constituents of what the investigation has yielded. And we have none of that. We have none of that. They're either lying or they're incompetent. It's 2024. You mean to tell me that we don't have the means to find out what these are within our own borders, over New Jersey, over Staten Island, over the tri-state area? Completely inexcusable. And I call not just on the federal government, I call on the New York State Police, I call on the NYPD to get involved, coordinate, investigate, so we could finally get some answers for our constituents. Thank you.
Thank you, Michael. Well, point of personal privilege. At 10:02, I just became a grandfather.
Aren't you glad we moved the press conference up?
Our first grandchild, Riley Parker. So congratulations to Kirsten and Dylan. I'm sorry about that. Not sorry about the baby. But anyway. With us, a great fighter locally in the city council, great, not just a great representative, a great person, Councilman David Carr.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Borough President. Congratulations, and we appreciate your leadership. Even when family's duty calls, you're here with us today fighting. And I particularly want to thank also the Congresswoman who's been on top of this since this issue first emerged. She's been absolutely a fighter for us in D.C. and here in New York. And the truth of the matter is that the people just want to know what's going on. Communication breeds confidence. Silence breeds insecurity. And if this is really nothing, right, then just get us the answer and tell us what it is. When sightings of this nature happen of this magnitude and above sensitive locations, above people's homes, they have a right to want to know what is going on. They have a right to answers. And that's all we're seeking. We're seeking answers so that we can calm the situation down, if indeed it is something that is not a big deal. And if it is a big deal, the people also need to be secure in the knowledge that whatever it is, that their government at every level, federal, state, and city, is acting in their best interest, is acting to protect them and their families. And they're never going to know that unless they get the answers that we're all here seeking today. So I thank my colleagues here in Staten Island and throughout the region for their leadership in seeking those answers, and we commit to our constituencies that we're going to get them the security that they deserve. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Councilman. And joining us on the North Shore, a great person indeed, a good friend, Councilmember Camilla Hanks.
Congratulations. Thank you so much. Once again, you have the entire Staten Island elected officials standing before you today because these times are uncertain. And in these uncertain times, every day adds a new issue that affects our public safety. So the latest are now drones. So I'm not going to belabor the point for time and warmth to repeat everything that my colleagues have said here behind me. but I am here to make sure that the hundreds of constituents that reached out to our office, that I am here with you. Staten Island elected officials are here with you. We are here demanding answers for the NYPD, our government, and anyone and everyone who can let us know what's happening. Again, these times are uncertain and people are afraid. Every day there's a new calamity, a new thing that is threatening our public safety. So I thank our borough president, our congresswoman, and my colleagues standing behind me. It's wonderful to have such colleagues that are always on call and are always there fighting for the betterment of Staten Island. Thank you so much. Stay warm and happy holidays.
Thank you, Councilmember. Michelle, you're not going to speak? No. Okay, from Councilman Baroli's office, we have Michelle, and from DA McMahon's office, James Clinton. James, you want to say something? Sure. Okay.
Thank you. Good morning, folks. James Clinton here on behalf of Staten Island District Attorney Mike McMahon. I want to congratulate the borough president. Also thank him for gathering us here today. Now, you've heard some of the potential public safety risks associated with these drones. It's very easy to imagine a worst case scenario here, but we deserve to know what's flying in our skies. We deserve to protect our airspace. Staten Islanders deserve answers. So too do our neighbors in Jersey, all right? And there's another concern here, which is, we've seen this over the past 4 years really, is when the federal government is not readily forthcoming, or even local government is not readily forthcoming with critical information that Americans are demanding, it's very easy for misinformation, disinformation, and fear to spread, which is something we all want to prevent, right? So the best way to prevent that is transparency. And right now we're not getting those answers. So yes, as the Assemblyman stated, we're calling on the NYPD. We're also calling on federal law enforcement to empower local law enforcement, make sure that we get the resources, technology, and necessary people power here on the ground to conduct a thorough investigation, find out what is going on here, and get those answers back to the American people. You know, the DA's office is here today because this is a nonpartisan issue. This is about government transparency and public safety. Thank you.
All right, James, thank you. From Assemblyman Mike Riley's office, Denise, you have a statement?
Good morning. I am Denise Pacheco. I represent Assemblymember Mike O'Reilly. I apologize that the Assemblymember could not be here this morning. Like his colleagues before us, he is deeply concerned about the recent drone activity reported in our community. As you've seen today, we are committed to working with our partners in government and law enforcement to investigate this matter. And we'll continue to monitor the situation as it develops. The safety and security of our community, I apologize for that, for our community, of course, is our top priority. Assemblymember Riley encourages Staten Islanders to report any suspicious drone activity to local authorities by calling 311 or 911. Thank you and have a great day.
Thank you, Denise. Anybody else? Got everybody? So here you have it. You know, we're speaking with one voice. I think we're speaking on behalf of the voice of people, 500,000 people in Staten Island, millions across this region. You know, I dare say, for those who are dating ourselves, perhaps it's time to call in the Drone Ranger. With all that said, I know, it's ridiculous. Sorry about that. Anyway, the mommy and the baby are doing great. That's most important to me right now.
So yesterday we heard from...
Okay, so, you know, I wasn't going to play the whole thing, but I thought it was interesting to see, so we played the whole thing. There was no the Q&A got cut off there. Anyways, that was a video posted by U.S. Representative Nicole Malliotakis' Facebook page, where the Staten Island officials were expressing their concern they hadn't got more information about this. Our viewer, April Coco, said he is from Staten Island and he thinks Staten Island is going to get to the bottom of this. That's what April Coco said. So we have been bringing you some live coverage of this, a live update on the drones situation. Hey, by the way, let me read a few more comments by you guys. Rumning on Empty says this feels like the beginning of a sci-fi movie. John says, why do we think it's a foreign entity? Jay Dillon says something fishy about the whole thing. KD Singh, I already read the Harwich police report on the air, but thank you so much, KD Singh Armija. Yeah, Harwich police reported on a lady who told them she had seen, 9 to 15 drones over her house or something like that. Harwich, Mass, which is on Cape Cod. Yeah, I already posted this, but just so you can see it again. Yesterday, a resident of Harwich called to report unknown drone activity over her residence. Harwich is on Cape Cod. The resident reported going outside around 9 p.m. where she observed 10 to 15 drones. The resident could not hear the drones but stated they were very bright and she observed these for over an hour. The same night around 6 p.m., an off-duty Harwich officer also noted similar drone activity near the public safety complex on Sisson Road. And then the press release also says that these drones are similar to the ones reported over the last couple of weeks over New Jersey, New York, and most recently over Connecticut. I don't know how they know that drones are similar, or if they're sure I think they mean the drone reports. Anyways, that's from Harwich Police. Hey, thank you to KD Singh Armija. Thank you also Daniel Rodriguez for your support. Daniel says, I live near Newark Airport. I know the flight paths. The FBI and others need to stop denying what we can all see with our eyes. Tonight I drove home and saw 12 to 14 drones. These are drones, not planes, for the love of God. That is from our viewer, Daniel Rodriguez. Thank you so much, Daniel, for your support. Thank you, Andrew Schlegel, who says, very concerned but laughing, making jokes about it. I think Andrew's talking about the press conference. Phil Anderson, thanks for your support. He says, my fear is this is a foreign adversary. Don't forget about the Chinese air balloon a few months ago. Thank you, Hebro Kevin, for your support. Who says, if they were a threat, they would have bombed us on day one, but to leave us in the dark is blanked up. Thank you, Hebro. Thank you, Soulstar, for your support. Who says, if it's true that the government doesn't know what these are, then all the three, we already read that comment, but thank you again, Soulstar. Yeah, I mean, we're seeing like different reports about drones from like across the country now. Whether they have the same cause as the reports and the ones in New Jersey, I do not know. Joshua Wallace says, did you hear the reports of pilots seeing UFOs in Oregon? Somebody sent me a Daily Mail article about this earlier. I don't really want to get that into it. I think like UFO sightings happen pretty regularly, by the way. Yeah, Daily Mail says an FAA spokesman told them at least four pilots. Daily Mail says at least 4 pilots witnessed UFOs, some moving at extreme speeds over Oregon this past weekend. An FAA spokesperson told Daily Mail that at least one of the aviators reported seeing unidentified lights while flying on a certain air route. If you want to go to Daily Mail and read that if you want, I'm not going to get into that all right now. But I don't think that's the first time that unidentified flying objects have been reported. I have no evidence or no information that the cause of what those people saw, assuming that's true, is related to the cause of what people are seeing in New Jersey. Jen sent me a report, which I cannot show you, a video report by Rick McHugh of News Nation, who said on X, I was skeptical of the drone story, then I saw them with my own eyes. Dozens of them, and we got it on camera. If you want to see that, go to @RichMcHugh, RichMchugh on X. He says they filmed drones for News Nation. And Jen also mentioned that Brian Enton with News Nation said, who I follow, I hadn't seen this today. He said, 3 people I know and trust in 3 different states all saw drones last night. Investigative journalist Rick McHugh saw dozens over New Jersey in shot video. He says they don't look like drones he has seen before. Skeeter Bombay, our viewer, says there are hundreds of thousands of drones and their drone pilot operators registered with the FAA. These are the larger drones with more sustainable flight time and range. People are finally looking up. So Skeeter Bombay is saying that he doesn't think there's new drones. He thinks that people are finally looking up and see the drones that have been there. Dina Schultz says, did you mention drones in Southern California was seen in San Diego and now they are reporting have also been seen in Temecula? I don't know how many drones normally flew around before November 18th. Jason Santoro, our viewer, says someone needs to shine a high-powered laser at one. Weatherman thinks it's mass hysteria. Thanks, Ellen Zen. Ellen Zen believes the number of drones seem to be growing as the government continues to ignore the concerns of the people. I kind of want to show that Reuters video again. Some of you might not have seen it. Even those of you who did see it, I thought it was a good video. Yes, Tree Doc, we already mentioned that the FAA has issued 2 orders for no drone flights over Trump's Bedminster, New Jersey golf course, and I forget the name of it. Is it like it's something arsenal that begins with a P, and it's a military facility in New Jersey, and we talked about that last stream. There are 2 FAA orders for no drone flights over those sites. Because early on, drones had apparently or reportedly been seen over Trump's golf course and near that military facility. Picatinny, says Brian Curtis. Yes. Hey, look at this. This is from this article from AP. New Jersey governor wants more federal resources for probe into drone sightings. Look at down here. It says, some federal lawmakers have called on the military to shoot down the drones. The drones also appear to avoid detection by traditional methods such as helicopter and radio, according to a state lawmaker who was briefed by the Department of Homeland Security. In one case, a Medivac helicopter was unable to pick up a seriously injured car accident victim in Branchburg Township in Somerset County late last month due to drones hovering near the planned landing zone, according to NJ.com. The FAA said Thursday it does not have a report on this incident. Drones are illegal in New Jersey for recreational and commercial use, but are subject to local and FAA regulations and flight restrictions. Operators must be FAA certified. Witnesses say the drones they have seen in New Jersey appear to be larger than those typically used by hobbyists. I haven't even looked at this article yet either. Drones, planes, or UFOs. Americans abuzz over mysterious New Jersey sightings. AP says it is unclear if it's drones or something else, but for sure the nighttime sightings are producing tons of talk, a raft of conspiracy theories, and crane necks looking skyward. The saga of the drones reported over New Jersey has reached incredible heights. This week seems to have begun a new higher profile chapter. Lawmakers are demanding, but so far not getting explanations from federal and state authorities about what's behind them. I said before, I bet lawmakers are hearing from their constituents in that Staten Island politicians' press conference. A number of them said that they were getting contacted by their constituents. So I bet a lot of lawmakers, a lot of politicians, representatives are getting all these calls, and they feel like they got to say something about it. Perhaps, AP says, perhaps the most fantastic development is the dizzying proliferation of conspiracies, none of which has been confirmed or suggested by state or federal officials who say they're looking into what's happening. It has become shorthand to refer to the flying machines as drones, but there are questions about whether what people are seeing are unmanned aircraft or something else. Some theorize they came from an Iranian mothership. Others think they are Secret Service making sure President-elect Trump's Bedminster property is secure. Others worry about China, the deep state, and so on. The Facebook page, New Jersey Mystery Drones, Let's Solve It. I think it has about 46,000 members now. People are posting their photo and video sightings, and the online commenters take it from there. One video shows a whitish light flying in a darkened sky, and one commenter concludes otherworldly. Straight up orbs, the person says. Others weigh in to say it's a plane or maybe a satellite. Another group called for hunting the drones literally, shooting them down like turkeys. Do not shoot anything in the sky, at anything in the sky, experts warn. Oh, look, William Austin is the president of Warren County Community College, which has a drone technology degree program and is coincidentally located in one of the sighting hotspots. Austin says he has looked at videos of purported drones and that airplanes are being misidentified as drones. He cited an optical effect called parallax, which is the apparent shift of an object when viewed from different perspectives. Austin encouraged people to download flight and drone tracker apps so they can better understand what they're looking at. But some people have seen these say, well, I look at the flight radar apps and it doesn't show any planes there. Nevertheless, anyways. Okay. One of our viewers said, with that many in the air at once, somebody has to know something. Always LB says they are in Virginia as well. Dennis Britt says surveillance on terrorists. Split Shot says obviously the government doesn't care that people are concerned. Almighty says we are screwed. Hey, thanks so much to Wisdom SP, who says, I would be willing to bet these are the new Archer air taxis are undergoing testing. Check their website for photos. Thanks, Wisdom SP, for your support. Thank you to Caleb for your support, who says, infamous UFO lawyer Danny Sheehan and RFK Jr. spent Thanksgiving together. That's what Caleb said. Thanks, Caleb. Thanks, Ken Lance, for your support. That's really nice of you, Ken. Thank you, Ellen Zen. Ellen says, the number of drones seems to be growing as the government continues to ignore the concerns of the people. I kind of think maybe we should watch the Reuters video one more time. I kind of think we should. Ryan Montgomery says it's the same reaction as the sky balloons. Thanks to our moderators, by the way. Ruth Krafasi is moderating right now. Beth Mythical. And Linda Belk and Larry on X over on Twitch. I got that fire, Sarah and Surly Dev. Facebook, K. Larry Body, Paul Anderson, Margaret Riley, Ronald Egnor, thank you. What do you think, guys? The Reuters video one more time with the guy talking about what he saw on his phone? I kind of think we should watch that again. It was a good video. I think we got to watch it one more time because it was a good video. I'm going to pull that up here. A lot of people in the chat are saying, why not do that? Let's do it. Let's do it. Okay, so again, this is from the article. We talked about this article before. FBI, White House find no evidence of security threat in New Jersey drone sightings. So what I need to do real quick is just pull up this. Give me a moment. Let's check out this video again from Reuters that goes along with that story. Here it is. Here it is. Here is the video.
It was just about the size of a school bus, hovering about 150 feet over the trees.
Evan Cutler said he was completely caught off guard by a large flying object he recently saw in Montclair, New Jersey, hovering in the night sky.
All of a sudden, the moon is starting to move to my left, and it's heading towards me. And then all of a sudden, I'm like, no, it's not the moon. Maybe it's a plane. Then suddenly, it gets closer, and it's hovering right over the trees, and it looks like, I guess, an enormous drone. I'm not even sure what I've never seen anything like it. It's just a drone on steroids.
Cutler is one of the many residents who have been pulled into the mystery. The FAA said it began receiving reports of drone activity near Morris County, New Jersey on November 18th.
Who do I call? That's the big mystery is when you see something that you don't know what it is, who do you call? Like, it's not like you go into Yellow Pages and like UFO spottings. I never felt like this was a UFO. To me, my first thought was like, this is some sort of weird, like, military secret aircraft experiment kind of thing.
The White House, FBI, and Homeland Security said on Thursday they had no evidence the drone sightings posed national security or safety threats.
It appears that many of the reported sightings are actually manned aircraft that are being operated lawfully.
White House National Security spokesperson John Kirby told reporters that federal authorities were investigating the sightings in cooperation with New Jersey authorities.
I need answers.
Ryan Hurd, the mayor of New Jersey's Pequannock Township, said residents are worried.
You have an invasion coming into the state of New Jersey, hundreds or thousands of them all over everybody's houses, only about 200 feet high. This is priority. It needs to be made priority. We need to find out what's going on now, and I demand answers.
You got stuff flying at night in the sky over, like, a very highly populated area. At least have a little bit of, like, transparency and let us know that, we have nothing to worry about. Because, like, people are actually starting to panic a little bit.
U.S. senators representing New Jersey and New York have sent a letter to the heads of the FBI, DHS, and the FAA expressing urgent concern about the reported sightings and asked for a briefing as soon as possible.
It was just
Sorry, I was muted. I said, are we going to ever get an answer on this? I don't even know if we're going to get an answer on this. Like what this was or is. I have no idea. Lauren Crow, thanks Lauren Crow. Lauren says not military, not a threat. She thinks it's a government contractor. She says she's a former government employee. Thanks also FFC T-Hawk, who says, I'm in Rockland, New York, the county north of New Jersey. I haven't seen anything suspicious in the sky. There's a lot of air traffic due to proximity to NYC for what it's worth. Thanks, Stephen Finnegan, for your support. Thank you, KD Singh Armiha, who says, Air Aware app shows large area around Picatinny and Morris County under temporary flight restrictions since November and it ends Xmas. This is military testing. No, the flight restriction is because of the drones. That's why the flight restriction was put at Picatinny and Bedminster. It was because of the drone flights. Thank you, thank you, KD. I appreciate that. Smoke and Thrills, thank you. Appreciate it, Smoke and Thrills, for your support. And John for your support. John says, please tell me everything is going to be okay. I need your reassurance. Oh, how about this? This is interesting. Oh, hold on a second. I have something else here. Let me see. First of all, what do we know about the mysterious drones reported flying over New Jersey? I just want to skim through this real quick. Dozens of witnesses have reported seeing drones in New Jersey starting in November. At first, the drones were spotted flying along the scenic Raritan River, a waterway that feeds the Round Valley Reservoir, about 50 miles west of New York City. But soon sightings were reported statewide, including near the Picatinny Arsenal, a U.S. military research and manufacturing facility, and over Trump's golf course in Bedminster. The aircraft have also recently been spotted in coastal areas. U.S. Representative Chris Smith said a Coast Guard commanding officer told him a dozen drones closely followed a Coast Guard lifeboat near Barnegat Light and Island Beach State Park in Ocean County over the weekend. Are these drones dangerous? Governor Murphy has said the aircraft do not pose a threat, but has not provided any details to support this. Assemblywoman Dawn Fantasia, who was briefed by the Department of Homeland Security, said the reported drones have been up to 6 feet in diameter and sometimes travel with their lights switched off. This is much larger than those typically flown by drone hobbyists, and she said they appear to avoid detection by traditional methods such as helicopter and radio. Officials and experts say some witnesses may actually be seeing planes or helicopters rather than drones, or perhaps they're confused about the size of the devices they're seeing. John Dusler, president of the Pennsylvania Drone Association, said, "There are certainly big drones, such as agricultural drones, but typically they're not the type you see flying around urban spaces. I wonder a little bit," he said, "if it's sort of a type of fish story, as in I caught a fish this big type of thing," he added. At night, it's hard to see how big the drones are, especially because they can be either closer or further away from you. To get that perspective of how big they are is really difficult, says a drone expert. Who sent them? Speculation has raged online, with some expressing concerns that the drone or drones could be part of a nefarious plot by foreign agents. Officials stress that ongoing state and federal investigators have found no evidence to support those fears. The Pentagon insists the drones do not represent a threat from abroad. Pentagon spokesperson Major General Pat Ryder said yesterday the military's initial assessment after consulting with the Department of Homeland Security and the National Security Council is that the drones are not of foreign origin, and that remains unchanged. Sightings have also been reported in neighboring New York and Pennsylvania. We're hearing about other states too. Massachusetts, for example. Drones were also spotted last month in the UK. The US Air Force said several small unmanned aircraft were detected near 4 military bases in England that are used by American forces. Also, AP reports drone operators worry that anxiety over mystery sightings will lead to new restrictions. Reported sightings of what appear to be drones flying over New Jersey at night in recent weeks have created anxiety among some residents, in part because it's not clear who's operating them or why. Some state and local officials have called for stricter rules to govern drones. Yeah, see, look, after receiving reports of drone activity last month near Morris County, New Jersey, the FAA issued temporary bans on drone flights over a golf course in Bedminster, New Jersey that is owned by President-elect Trump, and over Picatinny Arsenal military base. The FAA says the bans are in response to requests from federal security partners. I'm just skimming through this. What does it take to become a drone pilot? To get a remote pilot certificate, you must be at least 16 years old, be proficient in English, pass an aeronautics exam, and not suffer from a mental condition that would interfere with the safe operation of a small unmanned aircraft system. Most drones are not allowed to fly at night unless they are equipped with anti-collision lights that are visible for at least 3 miles. Scott Schitthoffman of the Association for Uncrewed Vehicle Systems International said putting more lights on drones could have a chilling effect on a growing economic engine for the United States. Anyways. David James Ryan Photography says, I have a drone license. Our viewer. I'll take the last few comments here. Comp Flyer says they will lead to new restrictions and people who will suffer who rely for drones on their income. Crazy people freaking out over drones when every agency has said there is not a threat. I feel bad for commercial drone ops. Allistic says necessary step if this continues, lock down the airspace. Oh, speaking about other states, can I show you this real quick? Speaking about other states, I might have one other thing on that. See, look. Drone sightings in New Jersey and Maryland fuel ask for more resources. Maryland. Yeah, we mentioned this. Florida Maryland Governor Larry Hogan wrote on X he observed drone activity for 45 minutes on Thursday night from his home 25 minutes outside Washington. And just to remind you, there is a thread that we read earlier at the start of the stream that Andy Kim, who is the senator that's been elected from New Jersey, he's a Democrat. He hasn't started serving yet. He will start in. I believe he hasn't started serving yet, right, Andy Kim? Or did he already start serving? Where is it here? Oh, Bob Menendez didn't run, and Kim blah, 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 blah. Oh, he was already sworn in. Okay. I'm sorry. Andy Kim, I thought hadn't been sworn in yet. So he was sworn in. Was he, why, I'm confused. This is going to sound like a stupid question, but I thought all the new Congress gets sworn in next year. So, right? Am I wrong about it? I'm right about that. So why was he sworn in December? Is it, I'm confused. Does anyone know? Oh, is it because Menendez is, what's not a 6-year term? Is that what it was? Menendez didn't finish his term? Or Menendez said he wasn't going to run again? So Kim, it was a special election? Is that what it was? Yeah, Bob Menendez resigned. Maybe that's what it is. Bob Menendez resigned early. Sorry, we're getting distracted here. But when was Bob Menendez's last election? No, he ran in 2018. So he was supposed to run again anyway. Was it last year? I'm so confused now. No, he won this year. So is the idea, okay, I'm being an idiot. So Menendez resigned. So there was nobody filling that seat. Right. There was nobody filling the seat. So he's going to keep going, but he's filling the seat. Right. Or Phil Murphy appointed him? Now I'm confused. Was he filling the seat before? I'm so confused. I have to read about this. In September 2023, he announced he would run against incumbent New Jersey Senator Bob Menendez. Menendez tried to run for the nomination. She dropped out. He was sworn in on December 9th after winning the election in November. I'm not going to worry about it. Maybe he was sworn in because there was nobody in the seat. All right, anyways. I'm reading an article, by the way, from Nexstar, which says lawmakers from both chambers are expected to be sworn in on January 3rd, 2025. Anyways, what I was going to say is I was just going to mention, we read this before. If you want to see it, you can look at Andy Kim's. So Andy Kim is the senator from New Jersey. He posted a thread, which I'm not going to go through the whole thing again. We talked about at the beginning of the broadcast. You can go look at it on X. I'll post a link to it, where he said that last night he was out with local police to spot drones, and he talked about seeing things. He said, we drove to Round Valley Reservoir and the officer pointed to lights moving low over the tree line. Sometimes they were solid white light. Others flashed of red and green. We oriented ourselves with a flight tracker app to help us distinguish from airplanes. We often saw 5 to 7 lights at a time that were low and were not associated with aircraft we could see on the flight tracker app. Some hovered while others moved across the horizon. He said we saw a few that looked like they were moving in small clusters of 2 to 4. We clearly saw several that would move horizontally and then immediately switch back in the opposite direction in maneuvers that planes can't do. And he said the police officers said they see these lights every night. They only seem to start when it gets dark. They disappear before dawn. They sometimes fly low over homes. The officer said they tried to get closer with the use of a helicopter, but that the drones would turn off the lights and go dark if approached. So again, this is Senator Andy Kim is saying he went out to see these lights last night. And he said this has gone on for weeks. It's hard to understand how the technology we have aren't able to track these devices to determine origin. And this makes me much more concerned about our capabilities more broadly when it comes to drone detection and countermeasures. And you can look, he posted some videos that he took of the lights in the sky that he saw last night. I'll post a link to this thread in the chat, and we played these before. You can see the different lights there.
What are they doing?
Hold on, which one is this one?
Okay.
It's hard to get a good shot of what it.
Guys, come over here. There's like a couple that are gonna just fly right over us. There's a couple that are gonna fly right over us.
This is Senator Andy Kim's X feed. All right, so I'm going to post a link to this thread, and you can watch the videos repeatedly and put them on full screen and if you want and everything. So I'm posting a link to Andy Kim's thread right now. Lisa Span says that's helicopters. I think we're getting close to that point, guys, by the way. Let's see. Studio Oaks. Sorry, it's not. It's like Zadie Oak. Is it? It says why? See, like seriously, why couldn't this be a plane? One of our viewers says helicopter. No, I think we've done the update. I think we've given you the basics, the basic update. But what is this here? Sorry, I want to just check if there's anything else. I'm sure there's other reports around the country of some people seeing things. Stephen L. says people want to believe it's foreign because if it isn't, that means something bad might be cooking. But I doubt it's foreign. Otherwise, military would have downed the darn thing a long time ago. Which would only mean they know what it is and cannot act or are the source of the drones. But why they aren't even admitting there's an operation is bugging me so hard, says Stefan L. Thank you, Stefan. Our viewer AJ95 said he sent me a video took by a friend of his and said in Connecticut and said, I really think this shows a rear angle of drones coming very close to the ocean surface. Says they are not aircraft on an approach path. I am a UFO skeptic, airplane enthusiast, and I fly drones for a hobby. No idea what the blank that could be. That's from AJ95. Thanks for writing in. Catherine Carter says drones in Washington State today. LB Jammer says, seeing a lot of speculation about these being U.S. sniffer drones looking for threats or a loose nuke or dirty bombs. All right, I'm going to play one more thing for you. Our viewer T-Sky sent a video in. And our viewer T-Sky said, I took this video last night at 7:30 p.m. in New Jersey. There were multiple drones, but I pulled over to capture this one on my phone. I checked flight radar. It is not a plane. So I'm going to play you T-Sky's video, and you can decide for yourself. Here is T-Sky's video that our viewer T-Sky took this video last night. Here you go. This is T-Sky's video from New Jersey. Oops. All right, so some of our viewers think it's a plane. Our viewer T-Sky thinks it's not a plane. I'm just passing this along. I'm just letting you know. You can talk to T-Sky about it in the chat. I don't know if T-Sky is still there. If T-Sky is not there, they can talk to you about it. But anyways, I think on that note, I think it's time for us to start wrapping up this live stream. But, guys, if there is big drone news, we will keep covering it. We will keep covering it. Sarah says it was a great video. So I really appreciate you joining me for this live stream where we have talked about the drone situation and all these reports of drones going on and politician demands that the federal government give more information on this. So we'll keep covering this. Subscribe, follow Agenda Free TV. We cover all kinds of live breaking news without an agenda. Agenda Free TV. Subscribe and follow. And make sure you turn on the notifications because I don't know when big news is going to happen. So we have a notification system. It works great. You sign up once. You get sent a notification every single time we go live, and it's free. We do it through Discord. So sign up. The mods will post the link to that in the chat. You can find the link in the description of this video on Facebook and YouTube as well. And I will post more about the drones and other breaking news stories on my X account at Lookner. That is the place for all to follow me for breaking news when we're not on the air. At Lookner on X. I will post the link in the chat. Jess C says, I really hope this turns out to be nothing. I don't know if we'll even get a definitive answer. I have no idea, but keep an eye on it. But I appreciate you watching. Hey, thanks to everybody for letting me read your comments, for sending me reports, for sending me videos. Thanks for participating in the stream. And our viewer, what is this here? Thanks to our moderators who are awesome. They are great. I really appreciate your support, moderators. You are, and your efforts in the chat rooms, they are the reason that we can have chats, guys. We couldn't have chats without our moderators. They're the ones keeping it civil and respectful there in the chat. So we had a lot of comments tonight. Thanks so much for our moderators. Ruth Krafasi, Beth Mythical, over there on YouTube, and all of our other YouTube moderators. Thank you, Linda Belk and Larry on X. All of our Twitch moderators, like Sarah and Surly Dev, our Facebook moderators too, Margaret Riley, Kay Larry Body, Paul Anderson, Ronald Egner, all of our moderators. Thank you so much. I think I owed a couple thank yous to people who gave donations too. Hold on, let me just make sure. Hold on a second here. Thanks to everybody who donated. That's really nice of you. That's what keeps this channel going and allows this channel to exist. So I really appreciate your support. I owe a thank you to Uncle Lester Cam. Uncle Lester Cam. Do you condone or condemn us for using our Second Amendment guns as civilians to shoot into the sky and send these drones a lesson? As I mentioned, it's very possible it might be illegal in many areas to start shooting at drones. Also, it's, even though I'm not a lawyer, but it would seem to me that you might run the risk of hurting someone or causing damage, and thus putting yourself in legal peril, like for liability. So, anyways, I am not myself encouraging anybody to shoot at these things. And just know there might be legal problems about doing so. Thank you, Mo L, for your support, who claims I'm in the Australian Army and we had an emergency meeting regarding the drones and they had no idea what they are. I don't know, really, the Australian Army had an emergency meeting about the New Jersey drones? Is that true, Mo? I don't know. I'll need more convincing to believe that. I don't know, though. And you're allowed to just type this on a YouTube broadcast chat? You're allowed to share that information about this meeting? I'm skeptical. Thank you, Mo, though. Thank you, Lauren Crow. Our member says Andy Kim was sworn in because the seat was vacant, which makes sense. Thank you to Senaphora. I missed some things before. I'm sorry. I got behind on thanking people, and it's my fault. I should have done this before, but hold on. What is this? Oops. Is it Satenophora? I have to check here. Here we go. Satenophora. Thanks for your support. Also, Smoke and Thrills. Theory, credible threat of dirty bomb entering major port, and U.S. drones are scanning for radioactive signatures near the coast. Mass hysteria if they admit that. Easier to say there's no threat. Smoke and Thrills is throwing out that theory. Thank you, Beck Sands, for your support. Possible psyop to create mass hysteria and thus justify martial law, says Beck Sands. Thank you, Nebby58, who says, I have paid $20,000 to the federal government this year and they can't provide a simple explanation. This is embarrassing. Thank you again, Satenophora. And Obi-Wan. Obi-Wan thinks these are XP4 drones. Thanks to our member T-Sky. I'm sorry, I got so behind on thanking people. It's totally my fault. Thank also to FFC T-Hawk, who says, I'm in Rockland, New York, the county north of New Jersey. I haven't seen anything suspicious in the sky. Oh, I think I read that. All right, I think I'm caught up now. Anyways, if you ever want to donate to the channel, you go to agendafree.tv, agendafree.tv. But thanks for your support. That's really nice of you. Who knows? Maybe we'll do some more about the drones. Darren says, I love all these conspiracy theories. Hey, we have a chat where you can chat with other viewers when we're not on the air. If you want to do that, a lot of our viewers like to do that. It's on Discord. It's at the same link to our notifications system. So if you want to check out the chat, go to that notifications link. Maybe the mods can post that link again. That would be awesome. And thanks to our Discord mods too. That chat is free, by the way. Also, a reminder, I'm still in Mexico City, which is a fantastic city. I'm just visiting here. I'll be here a little while longer. So again, sorry for any technical difficulties or messed up lighting or whatever what happens with the broadcast. But I am sometimes posting videos over on my personal channel, which is Lookner on YouTube and Looknerd on Twitch. Lookner on YouTube, Looknerd on Twitch. If you want to see any of those videos, I was walking around Parque, Mexico. Had a fun time live streaming from there yesterday. So you can check that out if you want. Also, if you watch this channel on YouTube, to turn the YouTube notifications on, which I think can be helpful, definitely, in finding out when we're live. If you watch this channel, you gotta click the notifications bell and choose all notifications. I know that sounds weird, but if you subscribe on YouTube, make sure you've clicked this bell here and you've chosen all notifications. Let's see here. I want to thank, by the way, our viewer Wyndham Earl says it could be beings. Thank you, Rick D. Rick, I thanked you before. I was Rick, at the end, I was going back and thanking people I hadn't even thanked once. I'd forgotten to thank some people even once. But thank you again, Rick D. I really appreciate it. All your support. Thanks to our Facebook subscribers, like Eve Richards and Lou Green, Kay Lowry, Body, Margaret Riley, Leanne Ticknor. Thanks, Facebook subscribers, for supporting the channel. And the ones I thanked before as well. Our Twitch subscribers, and all of our other subscribers on Facebook, like Twitch subscribers like Uncle Floyd, Wall Street Shaggy. Thanks, Graybeard Games, Holistic. Who else we got in there? Woogo. Annie Cush. And all of our other Twitch subscribers. Thank you. Oh, thanks Koa Goose for subscribing. Thanks Koa Goose for subscribing. And also our YouTube members, such as Evelyn in Maine, Russian Prepper, Joe Hart, R.A. Clark, Trav, Rick D, T-Sky, Sea Turtle, Compflyer, D. McRib, John Flick, Berry, Beck Sands, Rich Mix, Kenneth Cobb, Trav, Sam Platypus, Ronan, TJ Adams, TT Happy Rock, Kimberly Barr, Dr. McRib, Sea Turtle, thank you for being members on YouTube. Gene Romaine, Kenneth Cobb, Purple Cat Audio, R.A. Clark, Chris N., Sammy Pineapples, CAC 813, Paul Tissue, Mama Duke, Barry, Celeste, Tina Marie, and our other viewers as well. I appreciate everybody watching the stream. All right, it is that time. It is that time. We are wrapping it up. We'll see if more developments happen and we cover this again. We'll have to see. I do not know. I do not know. I don't know what's going to happen with this. Thanks, Debbie Smurthwaite, for watching. Thanks, Tia Christie over there on Facebook. And Graziella Wynn, I think, if I'm pronouncing it right. Sorry if I'm not. Susan Priest Buchner, thanks for watching. All right, guys, that is it. We are wrapping this up. We will cover more big news when it happens for any topic. And if there's big developments in the drone sightings news, we will certainly cover that as well. All right, that's it for now. Thanks so much for watching, and we will see you soon with more live breaking news coverage right here at Agenda Free TV.